Welcome to another exciting broadcast day.
Well, what do we got on tap for today? Deaf frat guy's coming by. Let's hope he's sober. He's going to give another pass at getting involved with the show. He's a fifth-year senior over at USC's in the Teak House. He wants a gig when he graduates, and that's coming up. So we're going to try him out. I think we're going to try him out in traffic.
I think we should just find whatever it is. I know you're making every effort. I mean, I just think hire the guy and we'll figure it out. He's seems like an ambitious kid.
Well, he's good people. There's no doubt about that. But, look who's honored us with her presence. It's Rachel Perry. So nice of you to join us.
I didn't even...
That's one of those things that ended in high school. Oh, Mr. Damashek, you're honoring us with an appearance this morning. How delightful. To what do we owe this honor?
Always brought the house down, too.
Yeah.
You're killing me, Adam.
You know, the thing that's funny is we spend the better part of... basically, for me, now I was part of the LA Unified School District, so I was essentially warehoused. But about 50% of my education was guided toward show up and stop being so goddamn late. And not only mine, but everyone I knew. It was all about show up and stop being late. That was about half of the battle was, where were you? You're late again. I need a note. What do you mean you took 3 days off to go to the dentist? About 50% of the people who worked at LA Unified School District were really in charge of you not being tardy, which is a word that seems to go away after you graduate. And then the other was, where were you? I need a note. Go to the office. You can't go. You know, you need another pass. You know, a lot of just sort of wrangling. And then the other part was a little sprinkling of education, but it really wasn't much.
They didn't set the bar high for you at all?
No.
So it's just like for me, they would have discussions like, Dave, B is, you're better than this. Come on, please apply yourself. You should.
Did you get that?
Yeah, you should be better.
Who did you get that from?
Teachers and my parents.
Teachers.
Yeah, my parents too. But yeah, the teachers. They have, but with the likes of you, institutionalized sort of low expectations.
Well, I got a couple things. First off, I didn't interact with my parents too much about the education stuff. And now as I look back on it, we had a kind of quiet, unspoken relationship, which was, I'm not going to burden you with the come on out to the open house because I sure as hell don't want you talking to my teachers face to face. And I know you lazy Fs don't want to talk to my teachers face to face. I mean, really think about it. It's a Tuesday night. It's 7:30. All in the Family's going to be on in an hour. Where the hell am I going? You know, I mean, if you're my parents, they don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So it sort of worked out.
Yeah, but then don't they look like bad parents to the rest of the school?
No, because at least half the school to 3/4 of the school's parents aren't showing up anyway. So they've just joined the majority over there.
You would think that would be in your benefit to make them look like bad parents, because then you can have my parents just don't love me. Like, you have this excuse for being tardy. And
I never really had any conversations with any of my teachers other than, I had a counselor, but the counselors sort of have two modes they would go in. If you're a good student, they would go into, well, let's see if we can get you into Stanford mode. And if you're a bad student, they went into containment mode. It's if you're an oil tanker that ran across some coral. They're just going to spread a net out and see if they can stop the damage. There's going to be damage, but they're just going to see if they can contain you. Mm-hmm. You know, my buddies, Chris and Ray, they were in sort of containment mode. They weren't into the refinement mode. Let's get the crude. Knocked my coffee over. Let's get the crude onto the shore and start refining it. Mm-hmm. No, they were more like, well, we got to contain this spill. This is a mess.
Yeah. Listen, Chris, Ray, Adam, you guys have now gone 7 days combined without flinging feces at one another or any other student.
Well, that's not.
Let's keep the ball rolling here.
Right.
You're doing great stuff.
Yeah. That's what it was.
Did you kind of just wish that someone would have taken you aside and been like, we see some raw talent in you, Adam. We don't want you to mess this up. You could do great things with your life, Adam.
No. I mean, maybe. I didn't have any raw talent was the problem. I mean, I didn't really have any directions to go. I was such a horrible student. There wasn't, it's not their fault. They didn't have anything for me to do.
Were you, though? Were you a big a class clown? Did you bring the house down?
Yeah, I was.
Really?
But I kind of feel like you were too smart for what they were dishing out. You know what I mean? Like, you may have been a bad student, but you're a very intelligent person.
Well, thank you, Rachel.
Oh, I mean that.
Well, I like that. It's a good angle. I wish it was true. I mean, I wish it was one of those things where I was just bored because I wasn't being challenged intellectually. But that wasn't the situation. I wasn't a good student, and I wasn't really good at much. I was good at football and decent at baseball, and I was kind of a clown. And I guess if you would have put a team of people on me to really scratch and find out my direction in life, they could have done it. But there was 1,000 of me and one of them, and they didn't have time. And there was no difference between just Johnny Crappy student who's working as a garbage man and me to them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they had their hands full. It's just another D- student who's not, showing up tardy.
It would be ironic.
Yes.
It would be ironic if Johnny Crappy student was an A+ kid. Overcoming that last name seems like you'd be hamstrung.
Johnny Crappy student?
Yeah. If your name is Crappy student,
you know what
really.
No, wait. Okay. It's like Johnny Law. His last name isn't really Law, even though his job is to apprehend Johnny Crappy student. But here's my point. I don't even know what I wanted to talk about. It wasn't this. Here's my bigger point. C. Thomas Howell is coming on the show tonight. He's going to be on 24 coming up, and 1,000 different movies. His IMDb goes on. It just keeps spilling out 100 and some odd movies.
Who's more jazzed, you or me? I don't know. Tough. I can't wait.
It's going to be tough. Deaf Frat Guy might be kind of pumped too.
I didn't even know. Does C. Thomas Howell have a radio show?
Yes.
It's so weird. I was driving this weekend and I heard it and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's Sunday nights.
It was good.
It's on this channel.
It was funny. Yeah, it was funny.
My first girlfriend is his producer.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Hey, can we go back to something? This reminded me about school and being a class clown, so on and so forth.
Sure.
The funniest I'd like to hear, I think the audience would like to hear, the funniest thing that Adam Carolla thinks he's ever said in his lifetime. The funniest crack he's ever made. And Rachel, think about yours. But first, what people don't want to hear is my funniest crack of all time, and I'll share it with you now.
Oh,
quickly.
you have one?
Yes.
Wow.
Seventh grade, social studies.
Mm-hmm.
Carl Walzer, Mr. Walzer, is teaching us about about the inhuman conditions which with the African people who were kidnapped and stolen to be slaves in the U.S. He's teaching us about how awful it was bringing them over on the ships, detailed in the movie Amistad. People sleeping literally on top of each other and, awful stuff. And he's telling about this. Somebody raises their hand and says, Mr. Walzer, where did they go to the bathroom? Where'd they go to the bathroom? And like this. I mean, it didn't take me, it wasn't 2 seconds. It wasn't 1 second.
Raw talent.
Where did they go to the bathroom? I shouted out, the poop deck.
Yes.
The house came down. Mr. Walzer wanted to be angry at me, but if he would have been rendered evil for the rest of time. He had to laugh.
Mm-hmm.
That was the best I'll ever do. The poop deck.
Yeah, nice.
That's good stuff,
and that's
right?
When you knew.
Yes.
What grade was this in?
7th grade.
Wow.
Not bad.
Thank you.
Not bad.
So
I
think up your own.
I don't know if it was the funniest thing. I mean, it was the first moment that I remember that I enjoyed providing laughter for the masses, and I can't even totally remember. I just remember I was in like day camp at the Y, and we were doing like a performance of like our own little play of Cinderella or something, and I like goofed up my line, and everybody laughed, and I was like, hey, hey.
Felt good.
Yeah, it felt good. Felt good to be laughed with and not at. Hey, bring it on. All right, I'll be here all week.
The earliest joke I can remember, but I probably only remember it because my grandfather repeated it back to me later on in life when I could remember it, citing it as a very early joke was, I had a step-grandfather from Hungary, and he used to cook up the great Hungarian food. And I'd go over there and go sick once a week, and he'd make like goulash and stuff like that. I must have been about 6 or 7, and he was explaining to me that goulash, I guess I was asking what goulash meant or what it translated into, and he basically said cowboy stew. Meant cowboy stew. They would eat it out on the range in wherever they were in Hungary. And I said, oh, do the little kids in Hungary play goulash and Indians? That was my earliest joke. Not bad for a 6-year-old.
Yeah, that's
doing
solid.
some basic math. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to play a round of Goulash and Indians. Phone in if you... Now, we're going to play Ass Kiss Rodeo because there are 3 spots open for the Elite 8. We're going to Vegas. We want you to be there. We want you to play for $5,000, which has been donated so graciously from Playboy Television. $5,000 for playing Ass Kiss Rodeo, but we're still 3 short in our brackets.
Tomorrow.
We're doing the Elite 8. We're playing tomorrow. So we need you to phone in. We'll take a break. We'll break a little bit early, and then we'll come back with a spirited round of Ass Kiss Rodeo.
The $5,000 Ass Kiss Rodeo Tournament is sponsored by Playboy Entertainment. All new Night Calls with Jesse Jane begins Friday on Playboy TV.
Yeah, I love that Night Calls. I like to see what actually goes on when I'm talking dirty to a hot chick, you know. I used to suspect that they were faking it, you know, when I would call up a chick and I'd be like, you know, you pay for one of those 800 numbers. Is it a 900 number? Mm-hmm. The ones you pay for, the 900?
900.
And what happened to those? They still around? I don't hear about them so much anymore.
I think everybody texts now. That's all the things that you see. Text 46446.
My point is, yeah, I used to be a little suspicious, and when I called the sexy 900 numbers and paid $4 a minute, that the chicks weren't actually doing what they said they were doing, you know, and weren't actually as hot as they say they are, and weren't actually, you know, feeling it with me. But after watching Night Calls, I know they're beautiful, and they're actually, you know, when they say, "Oh, you're making me hot," they actually are getting made hot, and they're undressed. And you know, when they go like, "Ooh, my friend's joining in," she actually is. And when they say they're young and they're blonde and they're nubile, it's true. It's true. Whereas before, I kept thinking I had this little kernel of truth, this little kernel in my brain that thought, you know, maybe the chick isn't over 6 foot. Maybe she's not an au pair from Sweden. And maybe she's not actually as into this as I am. But now I know. I've seen it. There's a show, Night Calls. It's great.
It's a documentary. I haven't seen it.
I remember they were filming that on a stage I was working at once, or they were doing that thing where it's like, yeah, once you guys get loaded out, Night Calls comes in and we film here. And I thought, man, what a good tech job. You know what I mean? Like if you're just the guys operating the camera or just working the teleprompter or whatever they use, that's just a good tech gig, you know? That's a nice tech gig as opposed to working on Smush or some kid's show where a volcano blows up and spits goo every 10 seconds. That's a good gig.
If you're the guy that gets to put the microphone on.
Right.
Man, I got stuck on Jeopardy.
Yeah, you're the guy. Yeah, but you could be in charge of the lav mic on Night Calls. I like, if you watch porn, I like when the credits roll. I like when everybody has a fake name in porn, even the tech guys. Like... the boom, it'll say like boom operator, Dick Nibbler. And it's like, oh, really? You need the credit? Mr. Nibbler does some of the greatest sound boom work there. Like, just don't put your name in it. Don't put anything in. You don't have to put fake porn credit names in there.
The gaffer, Peter goes in her.
Yeah, I really watch if you can stay with the porn long enough to make it to the end. Watch, they'll have all the credits for all the tech guys too. All right, now it is time to play some Ass Kiss Rodeo. We have 3 spots open for the Elite 8. We're going to be in Vegas tomorrow playing this. You can win $5,000 from the aforementioned Playboy Television. Let's start with Zach. Zach?
Good morning, Ace.
Good morning, Zach. You ready to go?
Absolutely.
All right. Now, Mike, do we have our time limit here? How are we going to do this? We don't have that worked up yet?
Yeah.
We do.
How much? We want to give them how long?
Well, let's see, because I started to think maybe we'd do a little time limit here. Maybe 30 seconds.
Okay.
Let's see how that works.
Here.
All right, you ready? All right, let's begin.
It's Ass Kiss Rodeo.
Wow. Oh, we're starting. Yeah, sorry. I like Coke. Turn it down, would you please? I can't focus. I'm a Coke man. How say you, Zach?
Well, Adam, someone with your impeccable taste, of course, would like Coke, because it is the drink of the Olympics. It's the drink of champions, and I'd expect someone of your caliber to drink nothing less but the best.
On the other hand, I like Pepsi better.
You know, Pepsi has its pluses, and with your impeccable taste and your sophisticated palate, it's only necessary that you change up the taste to keep it fresh for yourself.
Was that 30 seconds? Wow.
Maybe we should go a little longer.
You don't get through too many of these in 30.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Hey, you were doing quite nicely, Zach.
Why, thank you, Adam. Coming from you, that's the biggest compliment I've received in my life. I will tape this and listen to it daily.
Oh, he's in.
Yeah, let's keep going. Chuck Norris, greatest martial artist to ever make a movie.
Without a doubt, the only thing that could trump Norris would be if you were to take any sort of martial arts, then Chuck would have to hide from you.
That's
Because
right.
I think you have the raw skills.
Thank you. Steven Seagal, though, would make short work of Chuck Norris.
Steven Seagal may make short work of Chuck Norris, but again, Adam, you would take Steven Seagal by his ponytail, fling him around the room, karate chop his neck, and make him look like a sissy girl.
Wow. I've heard enough, too.
He's good. He's good. I have one small criticism, though.
Yeah.
He said, after you said Steven Seagal will take Chuck Norris, he said, yeah, he may. If you say it, he's got to say you are 100% correct, not may.
I understand, but...
Good note, but still.
Yeah, really. Zach,
Yes, sir.
solid
splitting
stuff.
hairs there,
We
yeah.
really are.
Yeah, he was good, though.
Solid stuff. Hang on, would you please?
Absolutely. For you, Adam, I will hang on hold all day long.
Wow. Guy could get used to this.
It's in his blood, I think. I think that's the thing. I mean,
Yeah.
he's just born with the gene.
He's got a gift. He's got an ass-kissing gift. Maybe his dad was a great brown-noser.
It is largely genetic. A lot of it just can be passed down. So
His grandfather came from the old country on the SS Tokai Smooch. It's a Greek ship.
Oh.
Yeah. Eric,
Hello.
you want to play a little ass-kiss rodeo?
Yeah, I do.
3 spots open for the Elite Eight.
No, 2 now.
Oh, 2. Well, here's why I put Zach on hold. Zach's great, but who knows? Eric, Jeff, and... what happened to Zach? He just popped off. Oh, you talked to him. Here's what I'm saying. I didn't want to commit yet. I wanted to hear everybody, and then we'll pick our 3.
Understand, we have rankings, you understand. We're like right now the NCAA selection committee. They're sitting off in some hotel room right now.
Right.
They're ranking people, but nothing's set in stone. You know, there's no firm entry yet.
Right.
Well, that's firm entry.
Nope.
That's another subject.
No
But
guaranteed. Right. All right, so, Eric,
Yes.
you ready to play a little ass-kiss rodeo?
Are we giving him 60 seconds?
I'm ready.
Yeah, let's give him 60 seconds. Try that.
It's Ass Kiss Rodeo.
Crash. I think it deserved to win.
Of course it did. And it did, didn't it?
Oh, hold on, Eve. Oh, asking question marks.
Confuse the heck out of you.
Isn't it? What am I supposed to do?
whether or
Paul?
not it actually happened, if Adam Carolla says that that's the way it should have gone, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who cares what the Academy voted?
You could have said Wedding Crashers won, and he would have
Right.
had to agree with you.
Correct.
All right.
Well, should we give him a mulligan?
Morning.
Should we give him a mulligan
No.
and try
It
again?
is early in the morning, yes.
We'll give you a mulligan. Rachel shows no pity, but I do. So let's try one more time. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
It's
All right.
Ass Kiss Rodeo.
Crash. I think it deserved the Oscar.
Of course it did. Everybody knows that. Especially you. We all look to you for answers.
What the hell happened?
Everybody knows that it depends on you saying it.
Right. Yeah.
There was something weird about that one.
You didn't. Mike didn't like it.
This man's just confusing me.
I don't know. So now I'm torn because the first one was definitely a hiccup. That one, Mike jumped in on. I thought maybe a little prematurely. I think you're kind of like a ref that stopped the fight.
Can
a
I say
little early.
something though? I'm with Lynch on this one because you went back to the same one. He should have gold. You give him a mulligan from the same spot. He should really knock
Listen,
it down.
Everybody knows. It doesn't. Who cares?
Stop
what
everybody. Well, it's true.
It's
It's
not
about
about
me.
everybody.
It
It's
Should have
about
been a
you.
home run. He's
Right.
done.
Eric, I'm sorry.
Okay.
We still hope to see you there tomorrow.
All right.
All right. You make sure you wear your L shirt so we know who you are. All right, Andre wants to try along. Let's see. Andre,
Yeah, what's up, Adam?
you ready to play a little ass kiss rodeo?
I'm ready.
It's interesting. Hold on a second, Lynch. I'm trying to think. This could be a sport, maybe the one sport where the brothers have no advantage. Interesting. This could be the one sport that the Jews dominate.
This could be the hockey of the 21st century.
The Jewish hockey. Jewy. Yeah.
Chewy.
Andre?
Jukey.
Yeah, what's up, man?
You're not, what color are you, Andre?
What's that?
What color are you?
Actually, I'm Hispanic.
Ooh, yeah. This could be tough. This really could be the one sport that the Jews and the whites dominate. But let's see. Let's see how you do, Andre. You ready to rock?
Sure am.
It's Ass Kiss Rodeo.
I cannot wait for that NCAA tournament. It is so much better than the NBA.
Of course it is, Adam. Oh, I mean, with your mind,
Mm-hmm. On the other hand, I like the NBA better.
Well, yeah, the NBA is cool. I mean, if you think the NBA...
I'm sorry, it's casual. Here's the thing. Yeah, the NBA's cool. You said that in passing. I just said I like the NBA better than the NAACP, than the NCAA tournament. Mm-hmm. And you just sort of passed it off.
Okay.
Wow, I'm sorry, Andre. But listen, we do. I don't know if there's if there's a affirmative action or anything involved here. I don't know if we need a little color in the tournament.
Well, how about this though? How about there are no boobs in the tournament, as far as I can recall. We have no women.
Need some females, Sam. Andre?
Yeah.
Do you know any chicks who can play Ass Kiss Rodeo?
Maybe my wife.
Mm-hmm. Well, you want to try another round?
Sure, let's go.
You feeling good? All right, let's try it again.
It's Ass Kiss Rodeo.
Dancing with the Stars, best show on television.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you, Adam. If you think it's a great show, then that's definite.
Nah, I don't know. If I think it's a great show, it is a great show.
Yeah,
I could never be wrong. I appreciate the effort. Look, I feel like I kind of feel like Simon Cowell here sometimes, where it's tough love, but I feel like I'm doing you a favor because you could get hurt out there. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
I feel like the father of an undersized boy who doesn't have great foot speed. Well, Dave Damashek back in the 7th, 8th grade saying, son, you're just not going to play football. You're not going to play tackle football. And the kid is disappointed. What do you mean? Son, I love you too much. I don't want to see you get hurt out there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You could get hurt. If you don't have the skills to play Ass Kiss Rodeo and we do a live tournament like we're doing in Vegas, somebody could end up in a wheelchair.
I mean, I don't think any of these people are wearing helmets or knee pads or anything. They need to be wearing the proper protective
knee
equipment.
Knee pads would definitely help.
Absolutely.
Helmet, I don't know what you do with that, but the knee pads.
You never know. You should always wear a helmet.
I'll tell you.
I'm wearing one right now.
I want to get to the stage in life where I carry around one of those gardening pads. You ever see those things? They sell them in the Sky Mall. There's little pads you carry when you garden. You throw them down on your walk, and that's it. That's how you know. That's. I have some criteria when I need to be shot. I'm going to make a deal with everybody. Don't tell me. Don't argue with me. If you ever see me doing this, just shoot me. Mm-hmm. That'll mean it's time to go. Mm-hmm. And if you tell me in advance, I'll argue it away. But if you see me using one of those gardening foam rubber pads, you just put a sniper bullet in me.
I have a few people who've said that I've made that arrangement with. If I see there are a few things, if you see them, all I say is like drop something on the floor when I bend over to get it. Just a couple in the back of the head.
Right.
I don't want to see it coming. Is the key. That's exactly right.
Yeah. If you start defending Ensure, saying no, it's good.
No, I changed my mind. No. Just let's understand that.
That's right.
It's time for me to go.
Howard.
Yes.
You want to play a little Ass Kiss Rodeo?
Oh, definitely, Adam. Definitely.
All right. Now, if we get you in, you can play tomorrow, right?
Rodeo.
You know what? I'll make sure I take off work just to do it.
All right. I love Canada.
I don't care.
Wow, he's awesome.
Wow. Howard, the connection is bad, buddy.
You know what this is like? This is like Jim Abbott, the former pitcher, only had one hand. He was handicapped playing the sport. Having a bad connection is the equivalent. It's like being handicapped.
Yeah, it's tough.
Not the special.
It's hard to overcome.
Special Olympics Ass Kiss Rodeo.
Yeah, let's try Jeff. Have we done Jeff? Yeah, Jeff.
Yes.
You want to play a little Ass Kiss Rodeo?
I sure do.
All right, you ready?
I am.
Here we go.
It's Ass Kiss Rodeo.
Crash. I say deserve the Oscar.
Oh, you're absolutely right, Adam. The Crash was a great movie, and any recommendation you would give would definitely ensure the victory.
I recommend Brokeback Mountain in that case. I think it was superior to Crash.
Oh, well, of course. Anything that has gay cowboys, anything on the edge of society is going to...
A little bumpy.
Oh?
A little bumpy. You know what? The problem is we started with the dessert, and then we worked our way to the salad. It's not the way to eat. We started with Zach. Zach was off the charts, and it's been downhill ever since.
Now you're holding the future competitors, the following competitors, much higher standard.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think of Jeff? Any thoughts on Jeff?
Sorry, Jeff.
Wow.
I thought he showed some. I thought he had some potential there. I mean,
we're looking for the best of the best.
He's got to jump in right away. There's a lot of pause, hemming and hawing. He's got to,
Again, I know I don't want to be a hard ass. I don't want to see someone get hurt out there tomorrow. That's all. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure if a guy like Jeff's up to it.
And because we're bringing, the most vicious bull for them to ride. These aren't,
That's right.
You're going to raise your game.
I'm bringing the Widowmaker.
Right.
on Carry On. Yeah. Brent?
Yes.
Want to play a little Ask Kiss Rodeo?
Absolutely.
All right.
It's Ask Kiss Rodeo.
I'm going to do it every time.
I'll tell you the best form of porn, internet porn.
Of course. You can get it anytime, anywhere.
Yeah, on the other hand, nothing better than a DVD.
Yeah, then you can pause, rewind, play, handle your business at home.
I live for traffic reports. That's how I navigate this city.
That's the best way to do it. You don't want to go out there blinded. You want to have a good
I'm sorry. He's going along. You're going along okay, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm fighting traffic, trying to get to work. So.
You hit a speed bump. Hey, everyone has an excuse of why they can't play Ask Us Rodeo.
All right, well, thanks a lot.
All right.
I would rather, you know what? I would have said give him another shot if he would have said, I'm dealing with traffic. I'm not going to use that as an excuse, though. I just didn't have my best stuff today.
I like when the people bring up the stuff that they're not going to use an excuse about. Yeah. Hyperextended throwing arm. I could bring that up as an excuse, but I'm not.
I've never been one to make excuse. Our flight got in late and we didn't get to sleep as a team, and we didn't get to and the referees were against us the whole game. But I'm not going to use those things as excuses. They just beat us.
Wow, how noble of you, Howard.
Yes.
All right, now we have a better connection.
Yeah, I had to pull over. Sorry, Adam.
All right, you ready to play a little Ask Kiss Rodeo?
Yep, let's do this.
It's Ask Kiss Rodeo.
Best side of the coin, heads. Nothing better.
Absolutely correct. Every time I play Madden on football, I pick heads every time, Adam. You are 100% correct, sir.
Every time you play Madden?
Every time you play Madden.
Okay. Heads is good, but pales in comparison to tails.
Well, who doesn't like a little tail, right, Adam?
Yeah. Looks like Bonds did some steroids.
Yeah, he absolutely did, and it's a shame. It's a travesty. I can't believe he did that to our national pastime.
What about how it affects me? That's really what we need to focus on. Let me give you some suggestions.
Okay.
It's too bad weak people have to do this. It's too bad guys don't have your fortitude and your build and don't have to do these kinds of enhancement drugs and things. It has to be turned back to me.
I had the same note, and again, with heads, what would make a coin better is if the head was your picture.
Wow.
Adam's face on the coin.
Right.
Wow.
You see where you went wrong? I'm playing armchair quarterback.
You guys are good, man. You guys are good.
And whenever you play Madden.
Right.
Yeah.
Neither here nor there.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Howard. Not bad.
Yeah, one other note. If you're going to bring up steroids, he may be on steroids, but no one's stronger than you, Adam.
Thank you.
That's what he just said.
Zach?
It's a great show.
Yes,
sir. A lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
Let's see. What are we going to be doing in Vegas, Mike?
It's a great show. A lot of fun.
Wow.
I was writing a note. I apologize.
It's going to be great.
I was listening.
Yeah. The note should say, listen. Zach?
Yes, Ace.
Wow. You set the bar very high, my friend.
It was a privilege just to be able to speak to you, sir.
Look at that. He never stops competing. He's like the great Philip Seymour Hoffman doing the Capote character. He never gets out of character. That's how he keeps his edge.
Yeah.
He never gets out of it.
He's like Michael Jordan when they always say, it doesn't matter if you're playing tiddlywinks. He wants a win. He's always in the winning mode.
Right.
This guy.
All right.
I like him.
All right, so what do we got? Hang tight, Zach. Do we only get one from this go-round?
Yeah, we only got one, but that's fine. I mean, we got two more to fill, and we got, a few more hours in the show.
Let me tell you something right now. My ranking show right now is the contenders go. Zach is the number one contender.
He's
right
a favorite,
yes.
for sure.
Yeah. $5,000 from Playboy.
Are we going to gamble on who is going to win?
Absolutely.
It's an interesting point.
2 to 1 right now. 2 to 1 odds right now.
Cameron?
Yeah.
All right. I thought it was possible that you were a chick, and I was looking for some fallopian tubing in this tournament. But we'll try you. We'll try one more with Cameron.
All right.
I got a feeling about this kid.
It's Ass Kiss Rodeo.
I'm a huge Siegfried and Roy fan. I love that Magic team.
The only way that Siegfried and Roy could be better if it was Siegfried, Roy, and Adam Carolla.
Yeah. I love the team, but I do kind of feel like Roy had it coming.
You know what? The only thing that would have been better is if...
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. See, you know what? No, you launch right into the ass kissing. That was a stall.
I don't know. I feel like that's sort of like juking in the backfield. He's setting himself up to
He knows he screwed up though, because then his next one he
he should go home and think about that.
A lot of big pregnant pauses in there. Cameron.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just like again. I don't want to see you get hurt out there.
That's all right. I understand.
All right. Will you please come out tomorrow anyway?
I'm going to try.
Okay, I see. Well, he's been jilted.
Not making any friends, Adam.
He's hurt. Yeah, he's hurt. All right, look, it's tough. That's the point. There's $5,000 at stake. We have to be selective. All right, we got one. We need two more to fill out the grade 8. What are we calling it?
The Elite 8.
The Elite 8.
I really think we need to get some women in on this.
It would be nice.
I think that men definitely have the advantage at this sport. I'm a feminist like the rest of them, but this is one time I really think that men are better than women.
It's interesting. We talk about what sports men and women have an advantage in. Obviously, women aren't going to compete with men playing football or basketball or something like that. But then we talked about a sport like curling. Are men better at it than women? And if so, why? It requires no strength and all that kind of stuff. And women are arguably as coordinated when it comes to, video games, or are they? I don't know. But when it comes to Ass Kiss Rodeo, there should be no excuses for the ladies.
Well, if you're an attractive woman, then you're obviously accustomed to having your ass kissed. But if you're one of those 38-year-old women who has more than one poster. As a matter of fact, one poster of George Clooney hanging in your house. So you're that woman who's like, George Clooney, he's so hot. And you think that someday you might get to date George Clooney. If you're that sort of woman, call in and play the ass kiss rodeo.
But when you think of ass kissers, you really don't think of women very often, do you?
No, I'll tell you why. Because guys do two things. There's two ways we hone our skills in the ass kissing department. One, the workplace. Guys are constantly trying to climb the corporate ladder. Hey, Herb, somebody's lost weight. You know what I mean? They're always kissing the boss man's ass, going out, trying to get him on the links, shoot a round of golf with the boss man, tell him how great his ideas are, tell him how great he looks, how tan he looks, all that. So there's a lot of ass kissing and brown nosing that takes place in the workplace. Guys work this in very early and often in their career. And then the other part is trying to get laid.
Yeah.
Guys spend, basically you spend between the age of early 20s, 21, 22, and 32, 33, you spend a good decade kissing corporate ass and kissing female ass. Going to the bars, oh, you're beautiful. Wow, you're a princess. That kind of stuff. And putting on the BS themselves, trying to impress the ladies. So between trying to get laid and trying to work up the corporate ladder, we're constantly, we're like rodents that are constantly gnawing, keeping our teeth sharp. Just gnawing. We just keep razor sharp, constantly gnawing on things. We're constantly working out. Whereas women, A, may not be brown-nosing their way up the corporate ladder, and B, they're the ones at the bar getting their ass kissed.
Yeah,
so they don't have the chops.
Yeah, you know what? It's like I think you've actually cracked the code of the glass ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Women, we've all this time. You know, we've been trying to get up there by talent and skill and hard work and really
and the threat of lawsuits.
Really,
Right.
all we should have been kissing.
Should have
more
been
ass.
kissing ass. I want you to go on a talk show, Rachel, and say, let me tell you what I'm going to do with that glass ceiling. I'm not going to shatter it. I'm going to go around it and get above it and then defecate on it. And see what the host does. Watch the smoke come out of their ears. All right, they'll give you a quick book plug and you can move on. We'll take a quick break. We got news, we got sports, we got C. Thomas Howell, we got Deaf Frat Guy. Charley Steiner, the Dodger announcer from ESPN all those years as well, going to be phoning in. Plenty show to go after this.
Hey, it's Big Tad. The Adam Carolla Show is coming to Vegas. Come join us tonight at the Spearmint Rhino Pre-Party from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight, hosted by Dave Damashek. Yours truly, Big Tad, and producer Jimmy Brusca. Miller Lite specials all night. Hottest girls in Vegas, topless. You must be 21 and over to come see the boobs.
None of them with a bigger cup than Big Tad, I would argue. Oh, there may be some chicks with some implants there. Sure, you could always outdo Big Tad with an implant, but natural? No one's got a natural E.
What? By the way, what a thrill for all customers tonight, and for the ladies. You got Big Tad, you got Brusca. I got to say, listen, I don't think much of myself, but I think I'm the highlight of that group.
Yeah. Although I think I'm going too. Why not?
Oh, you are?
Why not?
Ooh la la!
It's a strip club.
That'd be great.
Here's the other thing too. I was thinking about cup sizes. I don't know why, but I spent a lot of time thinking about bra cup sizes. When I'm in charge, we're just going to standardize all this stuff. You know, it goes A cup, B cup, C cup, D cup, double D cup.
Strange.
And then, yeah, just you a-holes just don't want to go to E at that point, so we can keep track. And then once in a while, you talk to people, and they're like, what's your bra cup? Triple G. Well, first off, is there not enough letters in the alphabet that we have to double down on them? There's 26. Just keep going.
I've said the same thing about the grading system. Why do you make it? Really, it objectifies the bad student. The F, you didn't go from D to E. You went down 2. That's how bad you are. You went down to F. Why? What do you make them feel worse than they already do?
I know. We need to work it all out. And then the whole star system, always unclear if there's 4 stars or there's 5 stars.
Well, what system do you work on when you grade out a picture?
And I suck and doesn't suck usually, but I will. I am the recipient, by the way, of more minus stars than any celebrity I'm aware of. I had a show that had minus 4 stars, and I had a show that had minus 3 stars, which I would argue is mathematically impossible. It's like an athlete giving 125%. I just don't think it exists. How can you be minus stars? Just give me a 0. And if you're trying to do damage. If you're trying to do damage and you're trying to hurt feelings as a reviewer, the way to accomplish that, the most scathing review you could ever really give is to say, the show was okay, it was mostly boring, and I would watch it if there wasn't 150 other shows that were on at the same time. Out of the 150 shows that were on at the same time, it'd probably rank about 125, 130 for me. I give it a 1.25 stars. Maybe 3/4 of a star. Do that. When you say minus 4 stars, it just feels like, oh, I got to see this.
What does this train wreck look like?
And obviously the guy's an axe to grind. It becomes comical. Yeah. I mean, what hurts most is having a show that gets 1.5 stars, not minus a billion stars.
Have you heard this review?
It's a great show. A lot of fun.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I'll tell you. People are hearing that and diving into their cars and heading toward Vegas, sliding over the hood. No time to open the door conventionally, going Starsky and Hutch, laying rubber all the way to Vegas.
The best thing Brusca's got going for him is the fact that his lovely wife Antoinette whipped us all up this morning, English muffins with eggs stuffed in between them. And potatoes with garlic.
What a doll.
Wonderful.
I know. My wife yelled
I have to agree on that.
Wife yelled at me because she heard me talking smack yesterday about Brusca's wife, who gets Brusca up at 3:30 in the morning.
Forced. By
Forced.
Brusca.
Not forced.
Are we trying to start a competition of significant others?
Yeah, do you have a lazy boyfriend?
No, he's not lazy.
Okay.
I haven't
mean,
seen any food coming
He doesn't
through
get
here.
up. He don't get up at 3:30 in the morning to make me breakfast by any means. But
I'd like to see that change.
I used to.
I would too.
I used to have a girlfriend. One of my first girlfriends used to complain when I got up. There's nothing worse. At least Lynette doesn't complain when I get up. I used to have a girlfriend. She was a sorority chick over at SC. Little Deb. Yes, sir.
Little Debbie.
Little Debbie, named after the snack cake. She had herself, she had an apartment that her parents paid for in Beverly Hills with her snooty sister. And I used to crash out over there, but I worked in Burbank, deep Burbank by the airport. And we were over in sort of deepish Beverly Hills, sort of Wilshire and whatever. And I had to be at Burbank at 7 a.m. to install closets with the born-again Christian gangbangers. Oh, let me tell you. It's not about how early you wake up. It's what's waiting for you after you wake up. Mm-hmm. Because let me tell you, if you could go out party all Saturday night, but if Sunday you're going to be hitting the Steelers parking lot and tailgating, cracking some brews, drinking some Bloody Marys, eating some bratwurst, you'll pop out of bed. 3.5 hours sleep, still drunk from the night before. Pow. But if you're going to your horrible job in the bowels of Burbank with the guys with the teardrop tattoos and the Jesus tattoos who just got out of the clink for putting a shiv in somebody but found Jesus somewhere along the way, you don't spring out of bed. You sort of roll over and crawl into the bathroom. But that alarm clock would go off at 6:15 and I'd just be like, oh, Christ. And ironically, too, I rode a motorcycle, and it was cold. And that'll kill you, too. When you ride a bike and it's cold, you have to get kind of bundled up. It's not that thing where you hop in the car and turn the heater on and
Seat
get
heaters.
your coffee mug and that kind of stuff. Yeah, this was on the bike and through the canyon. Had to go through Laurel Canyon. And that alarm clock go off, 6:10, 6:15, and I just go, $10 an hour for working with someone who's going to stab me with a Phillips head screwdriver halfway into the job. This sucks. And I'd get out of bed. I'd be like, oh, Christ. I'd waddle into the bathroom and I'd hear from her. Her, whose first class over at SC was at noon that day, and that's all she had on her docket. I'd hear, could you close the door? I was brushing my teeth too loudly and whatever. And I would think, oh, baby, I want to kill you. I just want to get that screwdriver. No, wait, I'll hire one of these guys for $20. They'll just come put a hit on you. And I thought, you know what? First off, you got Huevos telling me to close the door. But secondly, I enjoy it. The best thing you could do for me right now is to have somebody get up earlier than me and have me watch them get ready and struggle and lament having to leave. That's what I need. I want to hook up with a dude who runs a bakery or something who gets up at 3. Maybe I'll sleep over at Brusca's, and that'll be happening. Every morning, the alarm will go off at 2:45, 3 a.m., and I'll get up and I'll go, oh, sucker. And I'll just settle right back into visiting Mr. Sandman because it's all relative. Right. And I would tell her, listen, this should be a joy for you. I'm getting on the cold motorcycle, going over the hill, and hanging out with the Mexican gangbangers, installing goddamn closets all day. Your head's going back down in 8 minutes, and you're going to sleep through till 10:30. Isn't this a joy? No, I'm disturbed. And then there's this argument, too. And I never buy it. Yeah, because once I wake up, then I'm up. Then I can't go back. Well, then maybe you should just go ahead and get up. If you wake up at a certain time, you wake up at 7 a.m. or 6:45, whatever, and you just wake up and I can't go back to sleep, maybe that's a sign that you should just get your fat ass out of bed. What are you, in a coma? Just get up. All right, you're in bed and you can't go back to sleep? You know what you do? You put your shoes on. You start your day.
Now we can start our day.
I'm angry.
Now... This is even a sweeter gig than it already was now that Mrs. Brusca has agreed to make us breakfast each and every morning.
Every single morning.
I don't know about that one.
And send it over on Saturday and Sundays to our homes.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we were going to talk to Christian. He had a joke, but now you guys brought up Brusca.
No.
I'm sorry.
That's my favorite part of the week.
We'll carry him over.
Yeah, somebody made the mistake of talking about other things.
I'm not going to point fingers.
He'll call back in a little bit.
All right. Put him on hold. We have Charley Steiner, who's the voice of the Dodgers. Away, Dodgers. Also, ESPN for a million years, right?
Yep.
He's calling in. Deaf frat guys waiting in the wings. See Thomas Howell. News, sports, all that after this.
Hey, this is Big Tad. It's still to come on the Adam Carolla Show. One of the best baseball announcers in the business, Charley Steiner. The lovable deaf frat guy will try out to be our traffic reporter.
Sometimes I get a little bummed out about my hearing.
The hardest working man in show business, actor C. Thomas Howell, stopped by. Wolverines! And as we get set for our Vegas show tomorrow, Playboy TV's $5,000 Ass Kiss Rodeo Tournament continues. You are listening to the Adam Carolla Show.
Hey, it's the Adam Carolla Show. Call Adam Carolla now, 866-901-80AM.
Yes, you should. All right, we're going to talk a little sports with the great Charley Steiner. You know him from ESPN, SportsCenter, all those years, 14 years. Now, recently hired as the voice of the Dodgers on the away games, right, Charlie?
Well, Vin's the voice. I am merely an echo off in the distance.
Oh, so modest. That's what I love about you.
Well, we do the radio for 110 games, and then Vin doesn't travel east of Denver, and then I do the other 50 games on television with Steve Lyons. So it's a long season. It's fun. It's no heavy lifting.
No ass. Everybody listen to that. Pretend you don't know we're talking about baseball. There's just some sport you never heard of. Well, for the first 110 games, I do it, and then for the last 50 or so, you'd go, what the hell kind of sport is this, and who's watching?
Oh,
do we need 162 games to figure out
it's
why?
Wonderful. Are you kidding?
Everybody is 500 by the All-Star break every year,
and then that's when the great teams kick into overdrive, and that's what makes it fun and interesting.
Well, let's start at the All-Star break.
Okay.
That's what I say. You vote. Vote your best players who never played.
That's like watching 46 minutes of the NBA. You don't need that. You watch the last 2 minutes, you get your money's worth.
All right. But still, that doesn't take 9 months out of my life. You know what it is, Charlie? I'm bitter because I worked with so many overzealous Red Sox fans over the last 5 years, and it became like a fungus that took over the office. It was some sort of black fungus.
And the more you spray that gunk between your toes, the more it spreads.
Yes, I had a perpetual Red Sox jock itch. Here's Mike Lynch wearing his Red Sox. But let me tell you something, and everyone should take a page out of Mike Lynch, our sound effect writer guy's out of his book. He's a quiet Red Sox fan. One of the few.
That is an oxymoron in and of itself.
I know. It's really like walking into a stadium when it's getting around playoff time at the Kimmel office. And it's just horrible. So maybe that's what did it to me.
The self-flagellation for cheering for a team. They have a show, Chaz Steiner, that you may know of on the New England that covers the Red Sox. They have a show about the fans talking about their memories of being fans of the Red Sox.
Well, the thing, when you listen to those accents, you then need an interpreter, and then you need the words at the bottom of the screen to figure out what the hell they just said.
Well,
I don't have to listen to this.
I would argue, yes. I would argue that it's not just the language part, but that most of them are sloppy drunk when they're talking at the same time.
Chaz, talking
Yes.
about the length of the season, do you, be honest though, no, you're doing a dynamite job with the Dodgers. I loved listening to you last year. Can't wait for this season. But at what point do you start getting bored during the games? How often does it happen?
Game 11.
Can I be truthfully?
Please.
Painfully on. I don't, because it's fun. I mean, I go to the ballpark every day. I get to the park at 3:30 in the afternoon. I hang out in the clubhouses, talk to the players, and then the game begins.
What a gig! What a gig!
It's terrific.
Well, we got a few things to talk about. The World Baseball Classic. We beat Mexico. By the way, was that yesterday or the day before?
Yeah.
Take that, Mexico. Like they haven't had enough already.
Remember the Alamo.
Hasn't Mexico had enough? And that would be my answer. Shouldn't we have just given them a pass on this one? Been like the paper line where we all just let Alan Alda make it into the end zone for practice.
But
give him a break.
I actually watched the Dominican-Venezuelan game yesterday in Orlando, and it was so much fun. I mean, it was the loudest crowd I've ever heard for a baseball game on the 7th of March. The previous day, we had like 2,700 people who were probably 70 years of age and older watching the Dodgers.
Right.
Then yesterday, the flags and the mariachi bands and the music, and it was just great fun. It was cool.
Who's the odds-on favorite? Are we the favorite?
It's the United States, the Dominican Republic, probably the Venezuelans, one of those three, and on the outside. Nobody seems to know about Cuba. I mean, so that's a wonderful X factor in all of this. and Japan might be pretty good.
Well,
but I think U.S., the Dominicans or Venezuelans are probably the favorite.
I like all the national pride stuff, but I said the other day, and I stick by it, let's just distill it down to what everyone wants to see, black against white. Come on now. When you call the game, when you call the game, please call for that.
Hey, I just heard your last game, and it was.
I do want to ask you also about boxing, because I know that's a passion of yours, and it's mine as well. And you've covered a lot of it for ESPN. I've seen you do the Tyson story, the Muhammad Ali, and all that stuff. What is going on with the heavyweight division?
It's not even. You can't even say the heavyweight division. The fight game has fallen, and it can't get up. It's over. And I wish I could tell you it wasn't. I was very fortunate in that I think I covered the last golden era of the sport with Leonard and Hearns and Hagler and Duran. And the first fight I covered was Ali, and the last fight I covered was Tyson and Holyfield, and all the great fighters in between. But there are no compelling personalities out there. I mean, just think back 10, 15 years ago.
Hold on, you're saying John Ruiz is not a compelling personality?
Not even in the Ruiz household. He doesn't even get to sit at the grown-up table on Thanksgiving.
Yes, his nickname, by the way, is the Quiet Man. I would argue not the world's greatest boxing nickname.
But see, Adam, the problem is remember, you get a half a dozen guys over, you'd pay the $50 for pay-per-view, you'd be talking about the fight all week, and you couldn't wait until the guys entered the ring. Now, you don't even read about it in the paper the morning after. So part of the fight game was the enormity of the event.
Right.
These aren't events anymore. These are just a bunch of guys fighting, and the great athletes don't go to the gyms anymore. They return kicks. They shoot 3-point shots. They don't have to get their noses broken, and so the fight game doesn't attract the great athletes anymore. And the few great athletes that are there, they don't fight each other because they're scared one of them is going to lose the big payday, and so the days of the great fighters are gone, and I just don't see it ever coming
Don't turn
back.
your back on it, Chaz Steiner, because here's a dream team in the broadcast booth for you. Chaz Steiner, Adam Carolla.
Yes,
that would bring the sport back.
We wouldn't be talking about the fights.
That's true.
Yes, I would be. I'd be complaining about a movie. You'd be talking about my idea about black versus white on the diamond, finally settling it.
Can't we all just get along?
It would be nice. So,
Chaz, what about this Barry Bonds business, though? You're shocked, right?
Well, that might be overstating it. There's so many questions to this story that are just kind of circling overhead. One, is there going to be a perjury rap against him now?
There has to be, right?
I don't know, but I mean, that was the first question that came to mind, because if they've got this litany of drugs that he's been doing since '98, and presumably they've got it pretty well.
200 people testify, saying that.
Yeah. So you would think at some point he must have said something contradictory to the grand jury. I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
So that's one. Two, how does this impact now on a much more pedestrian way? How does it impact on the pennant race? Is he just going to say, I don't need this anymore, I'm out of here? What additional pressure is being brought to bear? I saw Moises Alou before the game yesterday in Orlando, the World Baseball Classic, and he was saying, the great thing about Giant Camp this year is Barry's been mellow, the clubhouse is terrific, we're going to have a terrific year, and then an hour and a half later, SI.com puts it on its website, and everything changed. So the Dodgers are in Vero Beach saying, ha, 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 ha.
The good news, if you're Bonds, is when you come to the stadium, you don't know if the crowd is booing because of the steroids or because you're an a-hole. So it shouldn't affect his play.
Fall back on.
Right, he can always rationalize they're booing because he's an a-hole, not because of the juice.
Why is this headline news? Why is this the front page story everywhere? Is it that he doubled his body size, his head grew to be 10 times the size of a normal human being's, and his home runs went through the roof all of a sudden?
Because he had been denying, and now there is this litany of evidence, one thing after another, which disproves what he has been suggesting. And if the book is correct, and at this point I haven't heard anybody say, oh God, they've just made this up out of nowhere. He's in a big pile of.
Oh, there's breaking news though. There's
breaking news. Hold on.
Yao Ming, Chinese.
Wow.
Yao Ming's Chinese. Another revelation. That should be front page story as well.
I just feel like, what are you supposed to do? You see McGuire put on 40 pounds of muscle and start jacking the ball out, 30 more home runs than the year before, and you want to keep up with him. He's juicing. What are you going to do? And here's the whole thing, too. This is why I was arguing with those idiots who were in here yesterday. Are we that naive? Do you really think you can change your body that much midway through your life by, the guy, he works out extra hard? You work out extra hard, you put a little muscle on, you lean out a little bit. Your body does not change that way. When you look at McGuire's thighs, when you look at his arms, when you see what he became, when you see what Barry Bonds, you change your body, but you do not metamorphosize at age 35.
Those of us who covered McGuire and Sosa in 98 and Bonds later on and all of these guys, we are complicit in all of this. We were all unindicted co-conspirators. We knew what was going on, but we kind of looked the other way. Baseball had come through the terrible strike of 94, was trying to get off the mat, and then this wonderful feel-good story of McGuire and Sosa having all of these wonderful home runs, and it was a national love affair. And we stuff was going on, but we didn't think it was that bad. And in looking in the rearview mirror, it's far uglier now than it was in '98 when we were looking through the windshield.
And it becomes even more apparent as you look back on it. But it's sort of like a coworker who's spinning out on drugs, and you don't see the signs early enough, and then you find out they committed suicide in a hotel room, and you think, "Oh man, we should have known."
Yeah. Well, what about the rumors that are floating around now? I don't mean to put you on the spot, but what about the rumors that Chaz Steiner's juicing now?
No, that's pizza.
Oh, that's what I heard.
Pizza. All right, yeah. He's ironically not.
We got to keep in touch with Chaz because he's the voice of the Dodgers. You'll stay in. Can we keep in touch with you over the course of the year, Chaz?
Absolutely.
You're our team in Southern California.
Man, it doesn't get better than that.
No,
I can't wait to hear what you have to say about these Angels and the rivalry you have burgeoning with the two front offices.
Yes, Chaz.
I love L.A.
We got to take a break. I'll tell you what, though, we do want to check back with you, especially in the part of the season it really starts heating up.
After the All-Star break, huh?
Yeah, no. I'm talking about pivotal game 38 through 61 in the 162-game season. Those are the critical games. Those 35 games that are toward the beginning of the season, but after the midway point, those are the critical games. We want to check in with you.
When the Dodgers and Astros get together, throw out the record books.
That's right.
Dodgers and Astros, black versus white.
Charley Steiner, everyone. Broadcasting the All-World Baseball Classic games in Anaheim next week on XM Satellite Radio. Also doing Friday's Australia versus Dominican Republic game. Good guy. All right. Do you want to talk to Christian? Do we want to get our joke in?
Sure, let's get it in.
All right. Let's do that. Let's not go to commercial. Let's get Christian. He's our 13-year-old comedian. He called up, told us a joke many weeks ago. We told him to start doing material from the heart, observational humor. And he followed and has not been disappointing since.
Quit with the homework, focus on the comedy. And in fact, Christian will be pleased to know I spoke recently with comedian extraordinaire Jeffrey Ross, who has agreed to counsel him, take him under his comedy wing.
Christian must be thrilled since he's never heard of Jeffrey Ross. But go ahead, Christian.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good. So what's the topic for today's comedy?
This week it's about slinkies.
Slinkies? Wow, okay, here we go.
There are so many weird toys in the world that, for example, the Slinky is really popular, but it's not even a game. It's just this thing that you play with, and it's just a dumb idea, but you just get so addicted to trying to stretch this thing out and not get it tangled up. But eventually it does get tangled up, and once you try and fix it, it's never the same. The top is sticking up, and there's a big gap in the middle, and it doesn't go down the stairs anymore, and it just doesn't work anymore. But when it does work, I remember one time my friend had called me up. He said, "Hey, Chris, do you want to come over? I got a big screen TV, surround sound system, Xbox 360, Xbox Live, wireless controllers, wireless headsets, and shares with speakers in the back." It's all right. I got an oversized spring to play with.
Keep in mind, too, Christian, this week, under your advice, decided to just, instead of reading it off the page, he's going off his head. True, Christian? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I have like these bullets here, so I put like the main point of
bullet points. And I want to say this. At first, there's a little transition. It's like changing your swing in golf, working on your form. You're not going to shoot your best games at first. There's a transition to go through, but it pays off when your handicap lowers. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, so this is that transition period, but still, I like it better. It's more conversational.
Well, thank you.
Do you have more for us?
No, that's all I got.
All right, well, wonderful job.
That's nice. Hey, he's got the gig coming up at the Improv. We got to hammer out the details, but Jeff Ross is going to counsel him. It's going to be nice.
Thanks for talking to him, too. That's real nice of you.
Yeah, it's going to be great. People going out, Christian up on stage. So I put back a couple of Sunny D's, and I hopped on my big wheel. Next thing you know, the man pulled me over. All right, Christian?
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you.
All right. I like it. More conversational. That Slinky, I used to watch the commercials. There's nothing worse than seeing a commercial for something that the product can't do and you can never get it to do. I used to see it go down the stairs in the commercial, and my Slinky could never figure out the go down the stairs part. I don't know if anyone successfully ever got their Slinky to go downstairs. I could throw mine down the stairs, but it would never walk down the goddamn stairs.
My Slinky went down the stairs.
Yours must have been defective.
It mirrored you. It just was an apathetic Slinky.
Well, knowing my
Underachieving.
cheap dad was probably just an old bed spring. What happened to bed spring humor? Guideline, the mattress, doing things springing through. All right, let's take a break. News, sports, deaf frat guy, see Thomas Howell, all that coming up.
Hey, it's Big Tad. Come join the Adam Carolla Show live in Vegas tomorrow afternoon, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. in the Ghost Bar at the Palms. Show up early. Tickets are free. First come, first served. Everyone will hear the show on Friday morning, and it's all brought to you by Miller Lite. Here's who's joining us on the show. Puddle of Mud performs live. The Spearmint Rhino Strippers. NASCAR champion Miller Lite driver Kurt Busch. Band Stone, the loudest band in the world. Penn Jillette. Republican Representative Richard Martin from Ohio. Ozzy reviews the Blue Man Group. The Pussycat Doll Showgirls are going to show up, and the winner from our Ass Kiss Rodeo Tournament will walk away with $5,000. The Adam Carolla Show, live from Vegas. It's all brought to you by Miller Lite.
It's a great show. A lot of fun.
I'll tell you. I say try the soft sell next time, Brusca. Your enthusiasm is freaking people out.
He's the white Don King, really, isn't he? He's a great promoter.
Yeah.
It's a great excited.
show.
I'm excited. A lot of fun.
Gift for Gab. All right. See Thomas Howell going to join us soon enough. Deaf frat guy waiting in the wings. I think he's going to deliver the traffic for us. He's looking to catch on here in the show after he graduates from SC. But first, it is time for the beautiful Rachel Perry and her news.
Man, they are just challenging me to not talk about Iraq or to talk about Iraq. Anyway, I can't ignore this. 18 people found strangled with their hands tied behind their backs on a minibus in Iraq. Can you believe what? Unrest in the Middle East. This is... How can I not talk about that? I hate talking about this stuff.
Well, I know. I told you just talk. From now on, we'll just bring it up when there's not unrest in the Middle East. That'll be news because they act like it's news every single day. Trouble in the Middle East. And like I said, go back and look at the Saturday Night Lives from the 70s when they go and do the news. When Chevy Chase does the news, lead story, trouble in the Middle East. You'll laugh your ass off and then start crying. Yeah, I think those people like to fight. It may just be me. And again, you can't judge, and it's never anyone's fault, and it could never possibly be the people. Always remember that, and every culture is exactly the same, and there's no religion that's better or worse. They're all great. Always remember that. All people are great, all cultures are great, and all religions are equal and great. Okay? Always remember that when you hear about the constant stories of the killings and the beheadings and the mass graves. Always remember that. Never forget that everyone is exactly equal and nobody's better or worse. Okay, and every culture is exactly the same. Okay, thank you. Okay. Always remember that when you hear about the poisoning of the Kurds and they find the mass graves, just remember everything's equal and you cannot judge. Impossible to judge. Impossible.
All right, got a lot of stuff to get through, Adam.
All right,
got
baby.
a lot of stuff.
Right. I'm not judging. The more you know. That's it.
There was this cheerleader on the weekend, Christy Yamaoka, from Southern Illinois, Carbondale, and she fell off the top of a 15-foot pyramid, and she got a head, lung, and vertebrae injury. But they strapped her to this, they were carrying her out. They strapped her to a gurney, and she was still doing the arm movements. This is her explaining what happened, why she was
great sight,
why she was still doing it.
As soon as I heard it, I figured the rest of my squad was probably doing the fight song, and I'm still part of the squad, so I had to do my thing.
Yeah, she is great. She's a little firecracker. I saw her interviewed on CNN this morning. She was like, "Well, I'm going to try out for the squad again next year, and I hope to make the team." Really? Shouldn't you just get a pass and get on the team? You fell off the top of the pyramid. That's what ended your season the year before. Do you really have to try out again with all the scrubs?
Yeah, not cool.
How about we just give her a pass? Go ahead. She's a legacy. She makes the squad. I'll tell you, this reminds me, Rachel Perry. We talk about some of the movies I want to produce. Maybe C. Thomas Howell will star in this one. One I forgot. Sheck remembers it. We left it off the list last time we were talking about it. The Spotter. This is the greatest gig, because she went on to talk about the spotters. This is the greatest gig in all of sports. This is a job where you're paid to stand under 17, 18, 19-year-old women and stare at their crotches who are 10 feet above you. In case they fall off, you can catch them and grab a boob or an ass cheek. What a gig. And, I was thinking about it. You see them at the cheerleading competitions. They're not on the cheerleading squad at the competitions. They're the guys in the blue sweatsuits. They're just standing behind the pyramid, and just staring up, looking at 15-year-old ass. Think about it. Now, if a hot chick in a miniskirt climbs up on a ladder and you just walk under the ladder and fold your arms and start staring up at her, you'll be tackled and dragged out of town by the neighbors, right? But if you're a spotter and you look down, you'll be punished. What a gig. Staring at cheerleader crotch all day long. So here's
what's the plot?
Oh, sorry. I got lost in the gig.
Please, get to that.
I'm going to tell my son, forget about the football team, forget about the Yell squad, forget about the band. Get the gig as the spotter. You'll just be staring at ass all day long. All right. This is the story. Dirk Mannion was one of the greatest spotters in the world. Okay, this guy was renowned. Household name for his spotting. He was at Tulane during the pyramid collapse. 2,600 co-eds died. It was that big a pyramid. He blames himself as the spotter, even though, of course, it wasn't his fault. He saved as many as he could. And ever since, he's been on the road, going from cheerleading camp to cheerleading camp, drinking to mask the pain. And once in a while, people recognize, wait a minute, that's Dirk Mannion. Oh, that couldn't be Dirk Mannion. What would he be doing pushing a broom at this crappy cheerleading camp? I swear that's him. He was the best. And he has to keep moving on from town to town. Always looking for the guy who caused the Tulane pyramid collapse. Fat guy at the bottom. Tried to scratch himself, and everyone went down. 26 co-eds.
Some say he died, but you know otherwise.
That's right. A lot of people say a piece of Dirk died out on that field. He's solving crimes. He's loving when he can. And he's
it's like the littlest hobo,
and he's moving on. It's got a little David Banner, got a little Incredible Hulk to it, and he's moving on. And every once in a while, it's one of those things. It's like it's one of those things where he's sitting off by the wings, leaning against his broom, watching the pyramid, watching everything, seeing a kid looking the other way, collecting, saving somebody who falls off the top, and then sliding it into the arms of the surprise guy who's supposed to be doing the spotting, and moving on. And when people catch on, was that Dirk Mannion who saved that? No, he's gone. On to his next cheerleading college, the spotter. Powerful.
I like that he loves when he can. When it's unrequited love, I imagine. Like they fall for him, but he just moves on.
Well, that's
his heart.
No,
his
he
heart
loves
is
them.
damaged.
He loves them, but he has to move on too. He's scared he'll hurt them. You know how it is. Yes. He could fall in love with you. You could put your trust in him, and then you could collapse in a pyramid.
Yeah, there's something with the falling there. The falling in love.
That's right.
That's the trailer. Something about falling in love and falling to...
He's a rambling, spotting man.
Starring C. Thomas Howell.
Yes.
Dirk Mannion.
Dirk Mannion, the spotter. C. Thomas Howell is Dirk Mannion, the spotter. Oh, it's
Got
beautiful.
something to talk to him about now.
This is going to be powerful stuff. And beautiful cheerleaders. And again, Dirk just staring at young Teo. That's his job. He was one of the best. Maybe the best. And what a career. What a promising spotting career he had until it all came undone that November morning in Tulane. All right. Powerful stuff.
You should really make some of these ideas, Adam.
I really got to.
Make them happen.
I got to quit this gig and get working on Dirk Mannion, the spotter.
Yes, you do. Let's move on. In Saturn news, we were talking yesterday about how Kirby Puckett and Dana Reeve died. We were looking for the third because they always come in threes. The director of Shaft, Gordon Parks, died of old.
Yeah, he's 130 years old.
He was cool. Did you see that documentary about him a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
Seemed like a cool fella. Yeah. Renaissance man. Hypnotic voice, too. Talked in this.
He was probably 70 when he did Shaft, by the way. And by the way, when you go ahead and take another look at Shaft, doesn't hold up quite as good as your memory. Cool song, Richard Roundtree and everything, but if you watch it now, oh boy, this sucks.
But groundbreaking in that it made, black man the leading action hero.
No, it opened the door for Superfly. That's why it was important.
But this song, no matter what you're doing, if this song comes on your iPod, you're doing the dishes, whatever, you just feel so cool.
I go into a shoulder roll when I hear the song and when I'm doing the dishes.
Can I say about Dana Reeve, though, these entertainment shows, not to be, holier than thou, but they were outrageous last night talking about the late Dana Reeve. Shame on them. They were ghoulish with this. They were like flashing on one of them, flashing in gold letters as though it was something to be last interview. And they kept hyping. Hey, if you want to send letters of love and support to the poor boy, the now orphan boy, if you want to send letters of love and support, what kind of thing is this? Like cashing in, glomming on to this tragic story. Ghouls, I say. Ghouls. And shame, I say as well.
All right.
Ghouls and shame. I'm sorry, was that ghouls and shame?
Yes. Ghouls and shame.
Okay.
Send your letters of ghouls and shame to those entertainment shows.
One of the worst stores at the outlet mall.
All right, moving on. I got lots more news to talk about. I will talk about later. Right now, I'm just going to do a little Idol wrap-up from last night. Mandisa, the singer of the century, she's a favorite to win. Fantastic singer. She's the one that Simon had commented about her weight early in the audition process.
She has a ass that could hold a tray. I mean, you could literally put a tray from a cafeteria on her ass and you would not spill any
platter
Jello.
Ass.
Yes, but as I was watching the huge-assed Mandisa do her singing yesterday, I was hearkening back to the enlightening conversation I had with the Biggest Loser folks and the trainers and commented to my wife, if only she would run on the treadmill a little bit. She'd work that ass right off. It'd look like Rachel Perry's. She just needs to run. She needs to run on the treadmill a little bit and start watching her diet just a little bit more. And that ass would melt away. Those huge Earl Campbell thighs and that mammoth ass would just melt away if she just exercised just a little bit, because we're all the same. It's not her cut. She wasn't born that way. She got that way because she's lazy. And if she would just exercise a little bit, she'd just be the size of Pickler. Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice? Yeah, because her and Pickler are exactly the same. It's just this one eats too much and doesn't exercise enough. Yeah.
When you say something like that, it makes me worried that people who weren't listening yesterday would take what you're saying seriously.
I know.
I just want to make sure everybody knows
I was
you're being
arguing
sarcastic.
with the idiots from The Biggest Loser yesterday and the workout guy. And by the way, as I told Sheck, I was arguing that it's the hand you get dealt to you. It really is. Big Tad is Big Tad. Sure, he could watch his diet. Sure, he could lose a few pounds, but that's his cut. This is how you come out. And I was saying, I called Sheck. I was laughing about it. They had their personal trainer in, Mr. Holier Than Thou. He was 6 foot, 170, 175. He's a personal trainer, professional personal trainer for a living. My buddy Ray, who's 8 years older than he is, coming on 43, who does nothing but smoke cigarettes and drink beer, could take his shirt off in front of this guy and he would start crying. Ray does not work out. Ray does nothing but chain smoke and drink and eat fast food. And if Ray took his shirt off in front of this personal trainer, he would look twice as good as this guy. How does that work? He doesn't work out. How does he look so good? How come his muscles are so much bigger? How does that work? Well, I'll tell you why. That's what Ray looks like. That's the hand that Ray got dealt. Ray looked that way when he was 14.
Don't get jealous.
Yeah,
Adam.
but we got to get Fat Tad on this Biggest Loser show. So
we do. I don't want to offend him too much, but look, I'm just saying that's the way it is. There's the Mendizas, and then there's the Rays, and then there's basically everyone in between. And if you got dealt the Ray hand, you never have to work out ever. You never have to work out. You eat whatever the F you want, and you never work out, and you have a constant six-pack. That's how it works. And Ray has been polluting his body for 25 years now. Nothing.
And yet...
just a vein in his bicep and a nice six-pack. That's all. And if you're Big Tad, you're never going to be Ray. And if you're Mendiza, you're never going to be Rachel Perry. That's it. You can read all the books that the models put out. You can do all the fad diets. You can exercise your ass off. You'll never, ever do it. Mendiza will never get rid of that huge ass and those huge thighs. Sorry, baby.
Well, I don't know if Randy Jackson and his dog pound agree, but I'd like to know how the fish tank feels. How say you, fish tank? Well, they're in support of you, apparently.
Thank you.
Did you hear this thing that Mendiza said last night, though, about sucking her thumb?
I did hear. I heard the unfortunate comment that Paul Abdul made, which was you sung your ass off or worked your ass off up there, which was kind of ironic and sad. But yes, let's hear the thumb.
Okay, my mom is going to kill me, but I feel secure enough in myself to let America know that I sucked my thumb until I was 24 years old.
Ooh.
God is good, honey, and I'm a walking miracle because my teeth should literally be protruding out of your television screen.
It's true. She's got a nice grill, too. She's got a nice smile.
She's pretty in the cabeza.
And, yeah. So,
what an ass.
Anyway, I got to move along. We'll talk more Idol later, and I'm Rachel Perry. That's the news for now.
It's time for Dave Damashek's number one sports. Number one sports. Do it, Dave.
The big news. Barry Bonds is a lying creep who took steroids.
Wow.
Allegedly. There's a new book out called Game of Shadows that has an abundance of evidence suggesting that he shot them in his tuchus, that he ingested them, that he smeared them on his lips, that people saw him do it. His ex-girlfriend watched him do it. His mistress, by the way. Classy guy all the way around.
Family
He's
man.
all yours, San Francisco Giant fans. Enjoy him. And what a shocker. Wait a second. You mean he gained 187 pounds of muscle and all of a sudden doubled his home run total at the age of 41? He took steroids? No wonder this is a headline. No wonder this is front page story.
He was running on the treadmill and eating rice cakes.
Wait
I
a
learned
second.
that yesterday.
There's more. That story's already been replaced. There's more front page news.
Jessica Simpson is dumb.
Wow, another revelation. What a shocker.
Huge.
All right, listen, spring training ball. We won't talk too much about that, but the World Baseball Classic is underway. This is the event that's like the Olympics for the pro ball players. The U.S. got off to a good start yesterday down in Phoenix. They shut out Mexico 2-0 and went,
Joan Rivers has had some cosmetic surgery.
Oh, my God, another revelation.
Wow, they keep coming.
Bonds did steroids, and Joan Rivers had some work done. Unbelievable.
Wow.
All right. Few NBA scores to note. LA's Clippers, very, very nice win last night. They beat the defending world champs, the Spurs, here at the Staples Center. That broke San Antonio's 7-game win streak. Meantime, Portland lost, so did Golden State. And in the NHL, Anaheim Ducks beat San Jose Sharks in overtime. One bright note for the Sharks. Well, a bright note for me, I should say. Who scored a goal but the best name in all of sports? Jonathan Chichu. Chichu scores. Uh-oh.
Michael Jackson is idiosyncratic.
Huh.
It's a big word for our listeners.
So, in other words, he's weird.
Okay.
That's, again, front page news. Listen.
Dave Damashek's number one sports.
All right, we're running late because of Rachel's constant jags about society. Reel it in, baby. Deaf rat guy waiting in the wings. We'll bring him in. He's going to do some traffic for us in his never-ending quest to become part of the show. We'll do that after this.
Hey, it's Big Tad. The Adam Carolla Show is coming to Vegas. Come join us tonight at the Spearmint Rhino Pre-Party from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. hosted by Dave Damashek. Yours truly, Big Tad, and producer Jimmy Brusca. Miller Lite specials all night. Hottest girls in Vegas, topless. You must be 21 and over to come see the boobs.
It's creeping me out. Deaf Rat Guy in studio. C. Thomas Howell joining us very soon. The Outsiders, Red Dawn.
Say no more.
Gods and Generals, Hidalgo. Forgot he was in that. All right, Deaf Rat Guy.
What's up, bro?
Deaf Rat Guy is a buddy of ours. His name's Jason, but he goes by Maverick over at the house. Yeah,
Can
Rachel?
I ask a weird question?
Sure.
It never occurred to me until just now, all the times we've had Deaf Rat Guy in. Why does he wear the headphones?
Interesting.
In the house.
Well, yeah, I don't know if you can. You have to face him.
You have to look at him when you talk.
You're asking me that.
How are you?
What's going on? You look really pretty today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I don't know what to say to him.
Just talk to him like
Just talk to him like he's a normal, retarded person.
Want me to get you a cookie?
Oh, no. You see, that's condescending.
Don't play me like that. I know when you're screwing with me.
Wow. Yeah, let me tell you something about Deaf Rat Guy. First off, he's a fifth-year senior over at SC. He's a teak. I always say he's in the Sammy house. And he gets angry. I got to tell you. All right. You should look at him steaming, even though I just brought it up.
Don't go there, bro.
Okay. Point is he's looking for a gig outside of college once he graduates, and that's coming up soon.
The
He's gonna
halcyon
need to
days
work.
of undergraduate studies is fast ending.
Right. Now, what's your major?
Right now, I'm a communications major.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to get into hotel and restaurant management, but now that I'm going to graduate, I don't think that will happen.
Right. So you want to catch on here at the Adam Carolla show.
Hell yeah!
We tried having you do some astrological report, and I think you did the weather the week before that, and we're going to try the traffic report with you and see how that goes. All right. Now we're going to need to take a break because we're running late, but then we'll come back and
he also had a crazy story about Moose too.
Well, how is Moose doing?
Well, you know how Moose dresses like a girl at every party?
Yeah, well, save it.
Okay. I don't know. I want to hear the Moose story now. That's your frat buddy, right?
Every opportunity, Halloween, but even other times, he always dresses up like a girl.
Uh-huh.
But he was like 300 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
But we have this new guy in the house, Poochie.
Uh-huh.
He looks like Derek Jeter, but short.
Uh-huh.
And he was lifting up Poochie with Mike F. at this tried out spring fling, and I swear to God, the Moose had wood. And dude, if the Sammys get hold of this thing, we're dead. They can't find out about this.
No, I understand.
Doesn't look good for the frat at all.
Yeah, you find out that Moose gets wood with a dude.
I mean, on the football field, he's really funny because he always wears number 69. But this thing with him dressing up like a girl is going. If they get hold of this, we're dead.
Okay. Well, you better best maybe not to talk about it anymore. Then, one of the Sammys may be listening.
Could I give a shout out to Poochie?
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
Okay. Let's take a break now, and Deaf Rat Guy is going to deliver the traffic after this.
This is Republican Representative Richard Martin, and God darn it, you're listening to the Adam Carolla Show. Ask Jesus for forgiveness.
Deaf Rat Guy's in studio.
What's up, bro?
866-901-ADAMS, the phone number. Deaf Rat Guy, 50-year senior over at SC. He's a communications major. He's going to be graduating this year. He's in the teak house. And he wants to get a gig here. We've tried him out doing a few different things. We're going to try him out doing the traffic now. If it works out, hey, who knows? Sky's the limit.
The student loans are not going to pay themselves.
Right, you got a lot of student loans, so you got to make some money.
He's very mature for
I want to make stockings, make some serious coin.
Okay. Well, this is the place to do it, radio. And, you can't do morning radio without traffic. And let me tell you this about traffic. It makes such a huge impact in your life. Really think about it. Everybody, do me a favor. Close your eyes and think about the number of traffic reports you've heard in your life versus number of times you've altered your route. Think about that.
They always say SIG alert, and I don't even know what that is.
That just makes me want to smoke. SIG alert.
SIG alert is when some really lame Sigma Chi dudes come over and crash your spring fling.
Oh, that's the SIG alert, huh? Sigma Chi.
Arch rival.
I didn't know it was a frat house, the SIGs. Yeah, makes sense. All right, you...
SIG alert.
Is that what you guys yell when you see them coming to smash your pumpkins?
Dude, if they come, they know they're not getting into the house. Maybe they're the guys that toilet paper on us last night.
The house got Teak house got TP'd last night?
A little bit.
The pledges are cleaning that up today, I guess?
A little bit, but dude, if the Steve McKay house, if you're listening to this, get ready to have some serious pumpkin damage.
You know what I like about you guys over at SC? The pumpkins aren't just out during Halloween. They're out all season long. People putting pumpkins out in the middle of August and July. It's amazing.
The mini pumpkins, too, the decorative ones, are really good for potato gun.
Okay.
Because the stem is really sharp.
All right, the point is, it's nice to see you focusing on your academics.
Hell yeah.
It's a little lag time sometimes. All right, you ready to do the traffic?
Yeah. In Los Angeles.
Hold on, we need our music. That's what we need. Hold on. Yeah, there's music.
You are going to have to cue him because he's not going to know.
I'll cue you. There's a music bed. Here's the whole thing. The only thing more annoying than the goddamn traffic, which is totally unnecessary, and stop arguing for it, everybody, because nobody needs it. Nobody ever uses it. Please stop arguing for something you never, ever, ever use, everybody. Please stop it. But the only thing more annoying than the traffic is the boneheaded techno music that gets crammed underneath it. You think to yourself, what could make traffic more annoying? This could make it more annoying. The stupid techno music that we all love to hear. Here we go.
I don't know. I play the techno music because I can really hear the bass.
Okay, well, here it is.
Los Angeles, heavy on the Hollywood Freeway southbound. On the I-405 southbound 605, there's a lot of volume due to some spilled pumpkins in the middle lane.
I like that.
San Diego, I-5 southbound, a little slow. I want to give a shout out to the TACS at San Diego State. Raise the roof. The I-805 northbound, also heavy. Up in Seattle, it's heavy to medium on some parts of the 5, 405, 90, and the 99. In Phoenix, it's a mess on the I-10 eastbound. And there's rubbernecking due to an injury collision. Dudes, don't look, just drive. Get on with your life.
Well, I like that. Inspirational words.
Up in Sacramento, the 205 westbound from the I-5 to the 580 is heavy. I just want to say, in Reno, there's nothing really going on that bad. But Ashley is from Reno, and she's really loaded because her dad invented those Post-it notes they put on junk mail.
Wow. Now, which Ashley?
The one with the shaved down below.
Oh, okay.
I just want to say, you broke my heart. And Ashley, not you, but if your parents are listening to this, I just want to say that your daughter porked Smitty and Mike F. in the same night.
I don't want to tell you how to do your report.
You don't break my heart, you stupid clam.
Well, that frat guy, can I just say that it's going to be hard to hire you on as our traffic reporter if you're using it as a platform for vendettas. You know what I mean? I think it's important just to kind of focus on the traffic. If you want to give a shout out to a teak house at at San Diego State or something once in a while, I think that's fine. But really, using it to put forth venom is probably not the way to go.
All right, bro. I went over the line. I'm really sorry. But in Portland, the I-84 Hollywood westbound from the 205 south to the I-5 is slow, as is the Highway 99 west northbound. In Las Vegas, the 205 eastbound from the 215 Beltway to the I-515 is heavy, probably due to spring break.
Fun party. Yeah.
Speaking of which, what are you doing for spring break? There must be something wild planned from the TACS.
So we're probably going to haul ass up to Havasu.
Oh, yeah.
But some dudes are going to Cabo. The Tri-Downs are going to Cancun. Some people are going to South Padre or Daytona. It's all up in the air, and it's one of those things we figure out when we get there.
Yeah.
But the one thing I know, spring break, if you didn't get crabs or get your stomach pumped, you weren't there.
So true. Are you done with the traffic? I don't want to cut you off, but
yeah, I'm pretty much done. And the other thing, as the morning goes on, traffic usually gets better and clears up.
All right. So positive note. Okay. All right. Well, other than the shout out to Ashley's parents talking about her being with Smitty and Moose on the same day.
Can I be the spring break correspondent?
Oh.
Huh.
See, when you said you're going up to Havasu, you guys going to get a houseboat, or what are you guys going to do?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah, maybe you can correspond with us. Tell us how it's going.
It could be maybe like next week. You could be maybe our travel correspondent. This could be your first report.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not wasted, the day is.
I see that. If you're not wasted, the day is.
And move on. What is this, Ashley? I feel bad for you about this, Ashley, but you got nice women. Look, you got a woman seated right to your left.
You're
here.
too good for her.
You smell really good.
Oh, thank you. That's my new perfume.
Yeah. I think the other senses are heightened,
Yeah.
when one goes away.
I didn't put any deodorant on this morning, but I am wearing my.
I think he likes you. I mean, do you find Rachel Perry attractive, Deaf Rat Guy?
No, she's really hot and really nice,
Thanks.
but she seems more like she'd go out with a Tau Omega or something. A guy like Blake Chambers.
Oh, he's.
I don't even know him.
Well, obviously, big man on campus.
The Rush
right?
chairman.
Come on. You don't know? You've not heard of Blake Chambers? He's a Rush chairman.
The Rush chairman.
Yeah, at the Omega House.
Oh, Blake.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I don't know him as Blake.
Yeah.
I know him as something else.
I'll tell you, if you could throw a Deaf Frat Guy a sympathy F, you could probably really build his self-esteem. You know what I mean? You'd be doing a service for the show.
Do you want me to do it right now?
Oh, let's do it during the break.
Well, that depends on how fast he is. But
I think he's pretty fast.
I may not be as well endowed as meat, but people say I'm really good in bed because I'm more sensitive.
Oh, well,
because of my hearing.
I can't. I'm not gonna do it. I'm sorry. I would if I was single, but I'm not. So
all right.
Sorry.
Well, listen, Deaf Rat Guy, maybe we can set you up with somebody. But either way, you have to get over Ashley with the shaved private parts.
No means yes.
Okay. Well, on that note, we'll take a break. Call in if you want to play a little Ass Kiss Rodeo. We have 2 spots, 5 spots. How many spots open, Breska?
2 spots, $5,000.
Oh, okay. Because Breska did 3, 2, and then 5.
Plus an at-large berth that will be earned on site tomorrow.
And can we make the call for chicks to call in to Ass Kiss, please?
I think we just did. That's right. We're going to be in Vegas, and we need the ladies because we have it's a sausage fest, as a Deaf Rat Guy would say, the Ass Kiss Rodeo. We need some ladies, and again, $5,000 generously donated by Playboy Television. Anyway, Deaf Rat Guy's going to hang out. We'll play that after this.
This is Deaf Rat Guy. Give Adam a call now at 1-866-901-ADAM.
Mm-hmm. All right. Deaf Frat Guy hanging with us. See Thomas Howell going to join us soon. Deaf Frat Guy, I thought your traffic was excellent.
Dude, I don't know. I think a Sing Alert is when Blake Chambers is at the Tryout Spring Fling trying to C-block you with Ashley.
That's sick.
Because he's a Sigma Chi.
Yeah.
Right.
I like
Dude, he's
that.
the Rush chairman. He's not just a Sigma Chi. He's the Rush chairman.
All right. I'm surprised Rachel hasn't heard of him. I really am. Big man on campus. Deaf Rat Guy's here. He's always looking for a gig. He's going to graduate soon from SC, fifth-year senior, communications major. I think he did a great job on the traffic, but, we have a traffic lady already, and she's pretty good.
Dude, you're killing me, bro.
And, they got a pretty strong union and everything. But I'll tell you what, maybe, again, spring break next week, you're going to Havasu with the house, going to be on a frat, going to be on a houseboat, and, maybe check in with us.
Dude, that would be off the hook.
Okay.
Is Moose going with you to Havasu, though?
Hell yeah.
Oh, you better not share a bed with that dude.
No, but Poochie will be there, so it might get a little weird.
How do you guys come up with those names?
Well, Poochie's real name is Scott Puccio.
Oh, I see. That makes
Italian
sense.
guy, right.
He looks exactly like Derek Jeter, but he's short, like 5'1", 5'2".
It's got to be mixed for the ladies, Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, hang with us. We're going to play a little Ass Kiss Rodeo. We have Brusca says 2 slots open for the Vegas trip.
2 slots open
for the $5,000. We'll be playing from Playboy Television. So we're looking for a dude. I should say a female. Tyler, Kevin, Brandon, RJ, Jake. They all look like guys. Women don't seem to play Ass Kiss Rodeo. Tyler.
Hey, what's up, Adam?
Want to play a little Ass Kiss Rodeo?
That's right, I do.
All right, let's get started.
It's Ass Kiss Rodeo.
The war in Iraq. It's not working out. We need to get our troops out of there.
I don't think it's working out either, but I think if we sent you over, you could kick all those Iraqis' ass, and we'd be out of there in a day, Adam.
Nice. Decent point, yeah. Winter Olympics, far better than the Summer Olympics.
The Winter Olympics are good because they include all of those sports that you're so good at. Curling, figure skating, and snowboarding, Adam.
Summer Olympics, twice as good as the Winter Olympics.
The reason the Summer Olympics are so good is because all the chicks are wearing skimpy little outfits, and you can totally check them out. And if you were there, they would all want you.
All right, nice save. Beatles, much better than the Rolling Stones.
The Beatles are way better than the Rolling Stones, man. The British invasion, they brought the music how it was supposed to be. They started the whole thing.
Rolling Stones, better than the Beatles.
The Rolling Stones are better than the Beatles because, you know what, Adam?
What?
Oh, did you?
We ran out of
the
time.
timer.
Ran out 1 minute. All right.
He wrote it well.
He
You
was
wrote it well.
Good. Paced himself.
Well, I could have heard a little bit more about Adam Carolla in there with the Beatles and with the Beatles talk. But
Honestly, I
just
think
as
he did good.
Yeah, and by the way, where are the Rolling Stones from? Wisconsin? British invasion. But listen, you did a nice job. I doubled back on you a few times. You stayed with me. You wove me in. I say he makes it.
Yeah.
I say he's in.
I say put him in, yeah.
All right, Tyler.
I just want to say I'm just pushing Tyler. I see potential, and I'm pushing him to be his very best.
No, I understand.
All right.
Yeah.
I will be my best.
You're the Bobby Knight of Ass Kiss Rodeo.
I'm going to start drinking right now.
Good man. So we'll see you tomorrow.
Sounds good. Thanks, Adam.
Good times. Hang on. All right, let's keep going. Let's see. Can't find a chick. We're looking. It's a real sausage fest, this Ass Kiss Rodeo. We're looking.
It's like the Chi Omega house.
Right. A lot of dudes.
They never have chicks at their party. And now people are starting to realize, and nobody's going to their bashes anymore.
Yeah, it's sad.
Lame.
They try to get hot wings and free beer, but dudes, it's not working. Bring some ladies in.
Okay. Well, if they're listening, I hope it's noted. Kevin?
Adam, I feel blessed to hear your gracious name. Speak my name. That's just beautiful.
Thank you, Kevin. You want to play a little Ass Kiss Rodeo?
Whenever you're ready, sir.
Well, here we go.
It's Ass Kiss Rodeo.
I love American Idol. I think the girls are by far the best.
You know, Adam, you're right. Every single one of them will want you. Every single one that has even been in the show, they all want you. They all have beautiful voices that are all singing for you because they just have that glimmer of hope they're going to be with you.
Yeah, the men are better, though. They're far superior to the ladies.
Yeah, you know what? The men are there, too, because they're just trying to live up to your expectations to where they can just be in that spotlight right next to you because you're taking it all, and there ain't no room for them.
You're Kevin. Yeah, Kevin's a dumb name. I hate that name.
You know, I do too. I've hated it my whole life. I can't believe it. You know, like, you know what a good name is? Adam. Ace. I like that name. I want that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love boxing. I think it should be on every weekend.
Oh, yeah, you can't get, you would get in there, and Adam, I swear, you would be one of the ones that would be kicking everybody's ass up and down. No one would want to get in there.
Okay.
What?
First of all,
what?
That was like the Jessica Simpson singing version of Ask His Rodeo. You can say the words, but if you got no heart, he was patronizing you, Adam.
No
know,
soul. You didn't feel it.
No.
That was a bad piece of hot.
He was like, I felt like complimenting you so much he was taking digs at you.
Mm-hmm. And as far as the boxing, you said you'd be one of the ones who'd be. No, you would be the one.
I would be the one. Yeah, I felt that was a bad Pizza Hut version of Ask His Rodeo. Kevin?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry.
Thank you for giving me a chance.
It was a nice try, and we hope to see you.
Kevin,
hope to see you tomorrow.
Kevin, this is the hardest part of the job.
It really is. And you know what? It never gets easier.
It's a numbers game.
Kevin, stop by my office. Get the door.
Yeah, I'm going to need you to see me before you leave. Okay, let's keep pushing on. Jake, I hear, has got some skill. Jake?
Adam.
Carolla.
Yes.
Are you ready to go?
Let's do this.
Let's do it.
It's Ask His Rodeo.
Call me old-fashioned, but I like to get my news from a newspaper.
Best way to go. They should call it the Adam Review Journal everywhere. It should all be about Adam and what he has to say about everything.
I say it's an archaic form to dispense news, the newspaper. I say watch cable TV. That's the way to get your news.
That's the only way to get the news, buddy. Because you're on it. Everyone's on it. But you should take over all of it.
Everyone's on it. Ooh,
yeah.
slip.
I suck. I'm sorry.
I thought you had it, too, because you started out so great with the newspaper. Then you say, if your response had only been even better, because then your face gets to be on telling us all what to think. That would have been it.
That's true, but then you got people, you can draw Adam's face on a newspaper, too,
True.
It works. It works always. I'm sorry.
It's all right. How apologetic people
sorry.
are about not kissing proper ass.
Awesome.
Listen, and look, first off, there are no losers in Ask Kiss Rodeo. They're just the people that...
They're all losers?
Get the lose, yes. Yes, that frat guy.
I just want to say, dude, don't let the door hit you on the way out. This is my job. You are not going to get this weather or traffic gig.
No, they're vying for something else.
We're playing a different game.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay. One more. Let's talk. Now, how many slots open? One slot open
One
now?
left.
All right. Now, again, we're looking for the 8 finalists. We'll do a bracketed system.
Right, and we're also, as just like the NCAA basketball tour, we're going to have an at-large berth, taken from the live audience.
I see. Brandon?
Yeah, you need a female or what? I can talk to a female. I could be all the female you need, baby.
Interesting. Yeah. Creepy. Well, technically ass kissing, so creepy that you ready? You ready to go, Brandon?
I'm ready to go.
All right, let's try it.
It's Ask His Rodeo.
I love tea, especially green tea.
Tea. Why they call it tea? It should be called Adam. Drink it up. Tastes good. Refreshing. Good to go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I like coffee better.
Yeah, coffee's what wakes you up in the morning. What everybody needs is a little Adam to wake them up in the morning, right? Little 1015 out in Phoenix. I like that.
Bush is doing a great job.
Bush is always doing a great job. Anytime man needs a little pick-me-up, always look for Bush, right?
Sorry.
I feel that he was working there. I saw where he was going there, but the correct answer there is Listen, Adam Carolla rose to prominence during, Bush's reign. Then it can't be all bad.
Well,
I figured we were talking Bush. I figured we were talking. They're both vaginas, so what's the difference?
Oh, I see. Now you're talking.
He was trying to insert some political commentary along with the ass kissing. That's too high a bar.
It is, and again, that's not how the game is played. And again, the reason we're being tough on you is because we don't want to see people get hurt out there. We don't. If I just let a guy who's not good enough to get in the ring, not good enough to climb on the bull, not good enough to suit up and get out on the field, he could get injured playing ass kiss rodeo, and we don't want any lawsuits. You understand? Want to try one more? Talk to RJ. Did we talk to RJ yet? No.
Maverick wants to say something.
You want to say something, Maverick?
The lawsuits totally suck. This chick fell down our staircase and is thinking about suing.
Oh, she got drunk at one of your mixers or something?
Dude, it was her fault. She did like 18 Jello shots. Of course, you're going to fall down the stairs.
Right. All right. Her attorney would probably argue you didn't have to have sex with her, though, at the base of the stairs. You could have actually got her some medical help.
We were just macking.
Okay. RJ?
Yeah, hey.
What's happening? You want to play?
What's going on, Adam?
Little ass kiss rodeo?
I'm ready. I'm ready to kiss your ass.
All right. Let's get it started.
It's Ass Kiss Rodeo.
The death penalty. I'm for it.
Me too. I'm down. Ready to go. I think you should be the one. I suck at this game. I give up.
All right. Listen, it takes a big man just to tap out moments into the match.
That was a shame, though.
Shame. But a man's got to know his own limitations.
I almost want to hear him again. I want to hear him give it a second shot. I like him. He's, when you can admit you're wrong.
Well, it's true. RJ?
What's up?
You want to try again?
I do. I really do. Hey, I live in Vegas, too, so it's convenient. If you want a chick on there, I can qualify today and have my girlfriend do it tomorrow for you.
Well, that kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah,
though.
you're right.
All right.
He could be a pinch kisser.
Yeah. See, go with that. See, you're right. Just stick with that once the competition begins. You're right, Adam. Whatever you say.
Here, let me explain the problem that a lot of people have. They get up in their head. They're all up in their head. Yeah. Close your eyes. Shake it loose. Let it flow.
Yeah.
You know what I
remember
mean?
when Obi-Wan tells Luke to use the Force, put away the radar detector as he's flying to blow up the Death Star?
Sure.
All right, go with that. Use the Force, I'm telling you.
I'm driving right now. That's what I'm doing. I'm closing my eyes, using the Force.
Perfect.
Good. Use the Force to drive and use it for Ass Kiss Rodeo.
Right.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Here we go.
It's Ass Kiss Rodeo.
The death penalty. I'm against it.
You're against it, Adam. You're amazing. Me too. You know what? I feel it's not right, and you make great decisions all the time. That's incredible.
All right. He used the I word in there, but we're going to keep moving.
That's a walk. It's not a base hit, but he's aboard. He's alive.
All right.
Okay.
Babies. I love them.
You love babies. You should be the creator of all babies, Adam. You should be on top like the queen ant. Well, of course, you'd be the male giving it to the queen ant and creating all the babies in the world.
Interesting.
So
he's heating up.
Yeah. Baby, I don't like him. I don't want to talk to a kid until he hits 15.
Yeah, that's true. They do get up.
I get so frustrated. He swore.
He dropped an S-bomb.
I like this guy anyway.
I like RJ too. I'm scared now. He's going to.
I feel like he should come with his girlfriend and tap out, like play tag team.
He's like, let me tell you something. I see something in this kid. He's like Akeem Olajuwon when they found him. When they found him over in Africa in the early '80s. He's raw talent. He's got no technique whatsoever.
Right.
But if we harness it and we work with him, maybe he can make it. I say give him the shot.
I say we're not in a rebuilding year, that we're going for the Super Bowl, and we don't have time to waste on these cases. What? Okay.
All right, tough love.
Wow, stuff. Here's the thing, too. RJ was great with the queen ant, king ant
nice
stuff. He probably had about
inspired.
8 or 10 seconds left on the clock before he would have made it in, and he panicked. You know what it's like, though? I can't chance it.
He might be a choker.
It's like Top Gun. He's dangerous out there. Oh, he may be good when he's good, but he takes chances and he jeopardizes the whole team. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
But we need we need
in honor,
like that.
Not with the Top Gun reference, with the Top Gun reference analogy. In honor of Maverick being here, the deaf rat guy, put this guy as the top reserve at least.
Okay. All right.
Adam, you're right. I never thought about it that way.
Thank you. RJ?
What's up, Adam?
All right. You're calling from Vegas?
Yep.
You can be out at the show tomorrow?
Yeah, what time?
Well, we're going to be at the Ghost Bar at the Palms, by the way, 3 to 7, but you should probably get there, and everyone listening should probably get there a little bit earlier than 3. I want to make sure you get in, get settled, and all that. We don't have an exact time, but get there at 2. Play it safe. Oh, what's the deal? You have a couple of highballs, you relax, and then the show begins.
After a couple beers in me, I'll be able to kiss your ass.
Yeah, you loosen up.
Literally.
All right, that's what I'm looking for. All right, let's take a break. I want to thank Deaf Rat Guy for coming in here.
No problem, bro. Thanks for having me. And please, keep me in your thoughts. I really need a job.
All right, we appreciate that. You'll
have fun at spring break. Just focus on that. This is your last one, dude.
Yeah.
Make it count.
You check in with us from Havasu next week, huh?
I hope I make it back in one piece.
All right, buddy. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
You're listening to the Adam Carolla Show. Call Adam now at 866-901-ADAM.
Just walked into the bathroom with Deaf Rat Guy, and he walked right into a stall, and there was a guy on the pot. And I heard a very undecipherable F-bomb fly out of the Deaf Rat Guy, and then he backed down. And I think, and you feel horrible. What kind of maniac sits down on the pot, especially one as busy as this station, doesn't latch to the door? Mm-hmm. You got to latch that door.
Yeah, and once he hears somebody going for the door, he's yelling, no, somebody's in here, and the Deaf Rat Guy doesn't hear him. And
literally fell on deaf ears. Mm-hmm. I would like to live in a world where there was some sort of pressure-sensitive diode that was on the seat, that when it felt more than 80 pounds of pressure, the latch just slid shut, the door shut, and it latched. It would never, forever do away with this problem.
All this automated stuff is going to get us in the ass literally one day.
I know, because I've seen the movies. It's the year 2033 and the toilets take over.
Mm-hmm. Is this another one of your movie ideas? Auto toilet?
You never know. The other thing is I think about the bathroom etiquette in general. Talked about this before. When somebody closes the door and latches it behind them at somebody's house. If you ever throw a party at your house, that'll always happen, or you ever go to someone's house for a party, you'll do that. Hey, where's the head? It's down the hall to the right, and you go there, and you see the doors just shut and latch. So what do? You stand there. You don't want to bang on it. You figure someone's on the pot. And after 5 minutes, you go, I'm not sure if anyone's in there or not. Meanwhile, I have to whiz like a racehorse. So I'll tap on. I'll do that ginger backhand knuckle, tap, tap, tap thing. And then you realize, no one's in there, but you slowly open the door and peek your head around. Maybe he's running the water. Maybe he didn't hear me. And then you're irate. Why slam the door and pull it shut when you're done? Mm-hmm. Leave it open. And even if there is some stink and you're trying to block it out, then just shut it, but leave it ajar. Why would you pull it shut? That sends a message to the world that it's being occupied. We need these. We need these tells in life. We need to work it out. I want to hunt down the guy who shuts it at the party, and I'd like to hunt down the guy who doesn't latch it when they're in public. Poor
and then yells at you. Yes.
Yeah. Not sure if Moose got wood or not, but let's keep moving. Big Tad?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's going on? You're going to do a little entertainment report for us?
Hollywood gossip.
That's what we call it.
I'm waiting for the music.
I am too.
All right.
Bill?
Bill, hum something.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Britney Spears is nearly 3 months pregnant, and insiders say she's unhappy with hubby Kevin. She'll be having the baby alone.
Really? They're going to break up?
Britney kept the news a secret from Kevin for almost 2 months and stormed out on him, the National Enquirer is saying. When Britney told Kevin she was expecting, sources say she hit him with another bombshell. She wants a trial separation. and is in the process of leasing a $42,000 a month home in Hawaii where she'll deliver baby number 2.
Oh, it's going to be so good. If someone can just keep her pregnant for another 10 years, she could fall off the map and we wouldn't have to see that mediocre talent lip sync anymore.
Here's the bigger
It's gonna
problem.
be excellent.
Here's what's going to really suck is that you think like, oh, fantastic, Kevin Federline, he'll be gone. No, what's really going to stink is when he starts dating some other starlet, some other Fox. Worse yet, there's going to be a gaggle of them.
Yes.
It's going to be Fox after Fox after Fox. He's now, by having married Britney Spears, earned himself at least 5 Foxes.
I know.
Over the next few years. And then I'm really going to hate him.
Yes, I know. That's the thing about guys. Look, you can get a lot of world-class tail in prison. If you're a good-looking guy and you murder your wife, you can go to prison and do nothing but answer marriage proposals your entire day while you're in the big house. Imagine what you do on the outside when you've been hooked up with Britney Spears.
You get the one good-looking girl. You get the one famous,
That's
celebrity
it.
girl. Now you're in for at least 5-10 years.
That's right. That's how it works.
See, the next thing you know, he's going to be with Rachel Perry. True?
True.
You say yay?
I say nay.
All right, good.
Hey, did you guys hear Kate Moss did a little coke?
Didn't know that.
But did you know she did it in Nelson Mandela's bathroom?
Wow.
The British press is going crazy with reports that several years back, Kate Moss snorted blow in the bathroom of Nelson Mandela. This comes from her friend, a 36-year-old model booker named Gavin Mazel. He also says Kate Moss used to carry her drugs, coke for partying, and the date rape drug to come down in a $100,000 Fabergé egg carrying case.
Doing it in Nelson Mandela's bathroom sounds like a weird gay term.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Me and this dude were doing it in Nelson Mandela's bathroom when his brother walked in. Oh, man.
Oh.
Humiliating. Yeah, sounds like a gay porn term.
Uncomfortable.
So let me get this straight. A model that does nothing except for be skinny is doing drugs. Yeah. This is an eye-opener. This is a shocker. It's tough when these role models do this. Tough news.
And lastly, Axl Rose claims that Slash came to his house last October and totally dissed all the guys in Velvet Revolver. Slash and Duff McKagan have been fighting Axl Rose in court for a while now over the rights to all the old Guns N' Roses songs. Slash and Duff claim that Axl has exploited the back catalog to his own financial gain while not giving them their rightful cut. Well, now Axl has filed a counterclaim against Slash and Duff and is also trying to destroy Slash and Duff's current band, Velvet Revolver. Axl is quoted as saying in October of 2005, Slash made an unannounced 5:30 a.m. visit to Axl's house. Not appearing to be under the influence, Slash came to inform Axl that A, Duff was spineless, Scott Weiland was a fraud, and he hates Matt Sorum.
Who strangely enough, I saw at the Earth Cafe the other day.
Nice guy, the drummer.
Yeah, really nice guy.
Axl, Slash, and Duff sounds like another gay move. If you really think about it.
Axl, Slash, and Duff.
First, I gave it to him in Nelson Mandela's bathroom.
And then we pulled the old Axl, Slash, and Duff. And after that, we just smoked and held each other.
We both finished off happy.
I got to say, I always try to figure out what's going on with Axl Rose. Is he nuts? Is he broke? Is he whatever? I was talking to a Ferrari guy, and he said, "Oh yeah, I was at a repair place. I was looking at all these Ferraris, and they said, yeah, see that Enzo over there? That's Axl Rose's Enzo. The Enzo's the $1 million one that crashed on PCH. Would have been cool because I think Axl lives around there if that was his ride, but evidently it wasn't. Point is." This car's a year old that cost $1 million, so I guess he's doing okay. Right?
How could they not? I mean, all those albums are so they must. I don't know how many million they sold.
But here's the thing about all that stuff. You say that about a lot of stuff. This sitcom was #1 for 5 seasons, and now it's syndicated. How could the guy not have any money, or this guy was such a star, or they sold this many records, or whatever? I agree with that, but then you always hear cases where the guy's flat broke, yet, it's Mike Tyson, he's fighting for $20 million purses, yet doesn't have a penny to his name. How does it? I don't know how it works, but it does work that way sometimes. Yeah. Evidently, he's not one of them. All right.
And that's what's happening in Hollywood gossip.
Nice job.
Let me just tell you something. If I have a few belts over in Vegas over the next couple of days, that does not give you a license to give it to me in Nelson Mandela's bathroom.
Okay.
I think you're a nice looking fella and everything, but it's just not my way.
But if you look like you're asking for it, and remember, we learned from a deaf frat guy, no means yes. We learned that important message. The more you know. All right. That would be a great PSA. I saw the beautiful Molly Sims do one on NBC. One of those retarded PSAs about loving yourself and what's inside. It's always great when the super leggy models tell you to love what's inside of you. But do we have it? Yeah,
It's funny, but the way people look at you has a lot to do with the way you look at yourself. Be proud of who you are, inside and out.
That's the more you know. That's what I heard yesterday. By the way, have we run out of topics? Is there no teens having children, or no people on welfare, or no illiteracy if we wiped it out? What about AIDS? This is what we have to talk about? Leggy models explaining you to feel, begging you to feel good about yourself in broad and generic terms?
Mm-hmm.
That we've come down to? Uh-huh. I would like to see one where, like, just some guy like David Schwimmer just did the more you know, and he just went, remember, no means yes. Thank you. All right, Big Tad. Nice work, buddy.
Thank you.
We'll take ourselves a break. See Thomas Howell coming in here. News, sports.
Love yourself on the inside, Tad.
That's right. It's always super smoking hot chicks begging you to love what's on the inside. Just hold still and let us hump you, please.
Tad's got 3 dozen donuts on the inside right now.
That's right. And some kittens. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
Hey, it's the Adam Carolla Show. Call Adam Carolla now. 866-901-80AM.
All righty then. 866-901-ADAM. We're going to be in Vegas tomorrow doing our live show. 3 o'clock at the Palms. See Thomas Howell coming out. But first, time for the beautiful Rachel Perry and her news.
I'm ready, Adam.
Here we go.
I'm ready.
Here we go, baby.
I always love a good story about finding a new species of animal. Apparently, they found, I don't know who they are, but some people found a new lobster.
Yeah.
It's like this furry, blonde
This
lobster.
just in, Tad ate it. Tad melted some butter. He drew some butter and he ate it. So that was the last one.
It can't see. It's so unique that they had to like give it its own family and genus and whatever. And it's interesting because already somebody's jumped on this furry blonde lobster bandwagon. I heard this ad on my way to work this morning.
Guys, tired of ordinary strip joints? Come down to the San Fernando Valley's steaming gentlemen's club, the Furry Lobster. Businessman's lunch starts at 11. Come get some crabs without spending a lot of clams at the Furry Lobster. And at the Furry Lobster, every Tuesday is Two Girl Tuesday. Let the lobster girls pinch you because you must be dreaming. If it's got hair and it smells like a dock, it could only be the Furry Lobster in Pacoima off the 118.
Wow, that frat guy's going to head out there.
I think he's doing an appearance, actually.
It is a cool blonde-looking, weird... I don't know. They must have found it in the bowels of the Marianas Trench or something, right? Like 8,000 feet deep. Because I'll tell you, it's the final frontier, the ocean. It's inner space. The stuff that lurks down below in the depths that would crush a coffee can, that's where they find this new stuff. It's not in the tide pools.
But it always amazes me because they're always like, oh, we found a new thing. And it's like a little tiny, stupid little bug. I don't care about a bug.
Yeah, this one's cool.
This is getting closer to finding some new hyper cute pet that I could have.
Not as cool as the fish, though, that have the light hanging off their heads.
Did those really? They don't really exist.
Those are awesome.
Oh,
they're not real.
At the bottom of the sea.
Are they real?
Yes. They lurk at the bottom of the sea. You think they don't exist? How say you, fish tank? Oh, I guess you're wrong, aren't you, Miss Perry?
Oh, we'll see what happens to those fish when you go to Vegas. We will see. You know, there was this teacher that got suspended in Colorado. He's a social studies teacher because a student had taped him comparing Bush to Hitler.
Yeah.
We actually finally got a hold of the real tape.
It's our duty as Americans to use the military to go out into the world and to make the world like us. Sounds a lot like the things that Adolf Hitler used to say. We're the only ones who are right, Everyone else is backwards, and it's our job to conquer the world and make sure they all live just like we want them to. Now, I'm not saying that Bush and Hitler are exactly the same. Obviously, they're not. Okay? But there's some eerie similarities to the tones that they use.
Yeah.
Weird, right?
Yeah, well, we're trying to spread democracy, and he's trying to burn Jews. There's a slight difference in what your goals are as leaders. But yeah,
it's funny because Hitler actually had a rebuttal.
Oh, really? Came back?
Yeah.
How dare he compare me to Bush? I can pronounce nuclear. It's nuclear. Plus, George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Wow, even from the grave.
Pretty obvious difference between Hitler and Bush.
It's true, yeah.
Yeah, interesting. A fire department chief in Arizona grabbed a lamb from somebody's property, went into a barn, and the homeowners called the cops and found him behind the lamb with his pants around his ankles. I just like a good sheep sex story.
Listen, I would just argue you perform mouth-to-mouth resuscitation the way you do it, and I'll do it my way. I've used that a couple times.
Oh, you think he was trying to save the sheep?
That's what I use. Okay. It's heart stopped.
In entertainment, quickly, Terry Hatcher is going to be talking about childhood sex abuse that she endured in the new issue of Vanity Fair.
Now it's all coming together. All the dots are being connected. This woman is obnoxious. Every time I see her interviewed, it's always about her ideal Friday night is popping corn, renting a movie, lighting a fire, and staying at home. She's
What's
a
wrong with
homebody.
you, Mr. TiVo?
She's a homebody, and she's on every single show ever. Every red carpet,
I'm tired.
everything.
Listen, all the updates about the Desperate Housewives, the Eva Longoria and this one and Jennifer Aniston, now there's a new player on all these entertainment shows. It's Jessica Alba. I mean, like a month ago, you never heard boo about her. You heard passing word Jessica Alba this or that. Then all of a sudden, I sit next to her at the Super Bowl in Detroit.
Yeah.
Now she's everywhere. Again, listen on The Insider last night.
Laugh with Sienna Miller inside a pre-Oscar bash. Here's Alba getting red carpet ready and her last mirror check before hitting the Oscar stage. Then limo-driven and Oscar-bound, Jessica takes a sip on her way to the award show.
Here's Jessica there. Jessica Alba. Listen, leave her alone. She and I are not an item. Do you understand?
I don't know if he was saying that.
Listen. These vultures out there, leave us alone. We have... Were we friends? Did we have a nice time at the Super Bowl? Sure we did. But does that mean we had a romantic interlude? No, it does not. And okay. I will thank you. Listen, I'm an easy target.
Sure.
Go ahead and take your shots. But leave poor Jessica out
Respect your privacy.
Please, thank you. You've had your pound of flesh, you ghouls.
Ghouls.
And just a little idle news. Just thought I'd play you a couple favorites from last night.
All right.
Well, first of all, I'll give you my predictions of who I think is. Are they still voting two out every week? So I think Isla. She's the tall basketball player. I just don't think. I mean, I think she's a good singer and she's really pretty and everything. But her out.
Yeah.
And Kinnick, who should have been gone last week. Kinnick out. But as always, Kelly, the lovely Kelly Pickler. Pickler. I love Kelly.
Getting a lot of mileage out of that sort of cute little bumpkin thing, but it's working for me.
Simon called her a minx last night.
I know. What's a minx?
Let me tell you something. I'm sure there are a lot of good bands in your local towns. Everybody, How about you head out? Check out some music. There are a lot of clubs. Go see a good band play instead of watching this nonsense. Now, that said, this Kelly Pickler is a fox, and I think that my pals, the Fish Tank, will agree. How say you? Minx indeed.
All right. Well, I'm Rachel Perry, and that is the news for now.
It's time for Dave Damashek's number one sports. Number one sports. Do it, Dave.
The big news. Barry Bonds took steroids, and he is a lying creep.
Wow.
Allegedly.
Stop the presses, yeah.
There's a new book out called Game of Shadows that gives very explicit details about him shooting himself in the tuchus, rubbing it on his lips, ingesting it. People saw him do it. Everyone knows he did it, so on and so forth. But he says maybe that he didn't do it. He's not acknowledging even the existence of the book. He says he's not going to look at it. Why should he? I say this. I'm not going to indict the man, as a matter of fact. If you didn't do it, Barry, be a man and call in. If you call before the end of the show, then I will take you at your word. Otherwise, I have no choice but to condemn you. Listen, the man grew to twice his size in about a year and a half.
Yeah.
He's 38 years old. He's about 210 pounds. Suddenly he explodes to a 260-pound behemoth. He starts hitting home runs at twice the pace he was hitting them at his whole career. Oh, he's on steroids? What a headline. What a front page story. What a shocker. Why is this front page news? Oh.
Someone's breaking
Rapper
in.
Snoop Dogg has experimented with recreational drugs.
Oh, another shocker. No wonder the Bond story was front page news. Now this.
Yeah.
I'm crestfallen. All right, listen, spring training ball. We won't talk about that. Instead, we'll focus on the World Baseball Classic. It's underway. The U.S. got off to a good start yesterday down in Phoenix. They shut out Mexico 2-0. Actually, I don't know if that's a good start. Shutting the Mexicans out 2-0?
Haven't
Wouldn't
they
we like to bludgeon them a little bit? Shouldn't we beat them bad?
Haven't they had enough, by the way?
You're right. Maybe
we
were taking it easy.
Yeah.
We felt like they'd had enough.
Yeah.
More breaking news.
Woodrow Wilson is dead.
Wow.
It's a headline.
I understand.
And a few NBA scores I would like to make note of. LA's Clippers, very, very nice win last night. They beat the defending champs, the Spurs, here in LA. That broke San Antonio's 7-game win streak. Portland lost, and so did Golden State. College Scoreboard. I'm watching this show on ESPN yesterday. They got this show, College Scoreboard. And I'm watching it. I'm seeing I'm getting geared up for the NCAA tournament. Then all of a sudden they break in with there's a Duke game, they say. I said, well, Duke said the ACC tournament hasn't started yet. Then they start showing me highlights of the girls playing ball.
Oh, yeah. Bait and switch.
Gives? This who is watching the College Scoreboard show? What part of the audience is like, well, yeah, it's not, I don't know what's going on until I hear what the ladies did tonight. Listen, why is this imposed on me? The political correctness, the women playing basketball. Nobody cares. I know no woman who watches it. I know no man who watches it. How about just the college soccer?
All right.
Enough's enough.
Yeah, there's a handful of Haunchy Diesel dykes that coach who follow it, but other than that, that's it.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, another breakthrough. Yeah.
Dave Damashek continues to deny having a romantic relationship with Jessica Alba.
I don't think that should even be talked. I'm tired of even talking about this.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had it with this story. Can I go one day without talking about it?
It'd be nice.
Thank you. NHL. Anaheim Ducks beat San Jose Sharks in overtime. One bright note for the Sharks. Nay, for Dave Damashek. For the Sharks, Jonathan Chichu scored. The best name. How say you, Fish Tank?
Chichu.
I've had it.
Dave Damashek's #1 sports.
Well, that's it. And now we'll take a little break. C. Thomas Howell has entered the building.
Ooh la la.
Much to talk about with C. Thomas. We'll do that after this.
You're listening to the Adam Carolla Show. Call Adam now at 866-901-ATOM and do it right now.
C. Thomas Howell in studio. He was on 24, Fox's 24 last Monday, and is going to be on again next Monday. But we'd rather talk movies with C. Thomas. Welcome to the show, by the way.
I need to get some of that fake applause to bring home.
Please.
Just when I get out of the shower. Yeah. Thank you.
I'll come with you, sir.
I love it.
Well, wait, that was wrong. In the shower.
That was too quick.
I'll tag along and applaud you as you go, is what I mean.
But the listeners may not have.
I watched Red Dawn for about the 26th time alone last weekend, and then some years ago, Dave and I rented, Damashek and I rented it, watched it together, and held each other.
Was it more interesting alone?
It's something new and different to me each time I experience it, you know?
Did you have a spider hole when you were 15, leaping out of the backyard? Cutting down angry Ruskies.
I really, all I knew is, I hated the Reds. That's all I could figure out. Not only the Ruskies, but the Cincinnati Reds, the big red machine.
So many things to ask about this. What's your favorite part of the picture? Red Dawn.
Drinking the deer blood was a good time.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
right.
your
You
first
turn
kill.
because you're soft. You're soft at the start.
Oh, yeah. And I just hardened up like an egg.
But even tougher than Swayze by the end.
Yeah, and, Swayze blubbering over, killing the dude that ate the bug, and I just walked up and whacked him.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did, sir.
That was heartless.
Yeah, he had the tracking bug put in him by the enemy. He broke down, and Swayze was torn. He didn't know what to do. He just started crying and holding the gun, and you just put a slug.
And the other
right in
dude
his
claims he swallowed the bug.
No, they put it in rectally. I know how it works.
Thank you.
How about Booth, though, in that picture? Powers Booth. Only a few scenes, but powerful.
The man.
Lives up to the name.
Love him on...
You think...
What is it? Deadwood. Deadwood.
Yes. You think you're tough because you eat beans? That's his best line.
Good job.
Yes.
And they did that movie. He did that movie move where you spit the whiskey into the fire. And nobody goes, "What the F, old man? We only got so much of that stuff. We're trapped up in the hills. Now, come on."
Well, that's because there's the special effects guy hitting the propane button under there, and we've got plenty of that.
Where did you film that?
In a small town called Las Vegas, New Mexico, right next to Hell.
Red Dawn.
Just a left
I
and
must
a
have
right
been
from
a hoot.
Hell.
The Outsiders before that. Soul Man.
Yeah.
Payback with Mel Gibson. Forgot about that.
Wait a second.
No,
We're
that's
not off Red Dawn yet, are we?
We're still on Red Dawn.
Here's the best scene in Red Dawn, if I may say. And I love your work in the picture. You're dynamite. But the best scene is when Sheen and Swayze go back to visit their dad, Harry Dean Stanton. They descend from the mountains, and they go visit Harry Dean Stanton, who's
Avenge
caged.
me, boys.
He says, but first he says...
Wait a minute. We'll play.
All right.
Well, you play the dad.
All right.
You're Harry
I
Dean.
like that. But,
Okay,
but wait, sadly, I was in that freaking scene, so I'm not going to... I was the kid going, "Where's my dad?" Sorry,
Oh,
boys.
you're right. I'm so sorry.
Where's my dad? Where's my dad? This was before I
I'm
drank
sorry,
deer
son.
blood.
I'm sorry, son. Your dad's gone.
That's right.
Yeah.
Was that just Harry? Is Harry Dean in the studio
He's
right now?
entered the room, yes.
When I take on a character, I like to live in his skin for a little while,
Yeah.
and sometimes that's an uncomfortable place to be.
I was just going to say, living in Harry Dean's skin would be like, living in an outhouse.
It really would be.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm sorry, son. They got him. Your dad is dead.
Dad is dead.
Now Sheen and Swayze show up to talk to Dean Stanton, who's caged.
Well, first, C. Thomas Howell's character has to break down.
All right.
Where's my dad? Can somebody help me find my dad?
Sorry, son. They got your daddy. He's gone.
Keep it together. Listen, we're down from the hills, old man. It's good to see you. Are they
boys,
treating you right?
Keep it down. They're looking everywhere for you boys. You got to get up to the mountains and never come back.
But, Daddy, we had to come see you.
Just keep your voices down and go.
Okay. We're going up to the hills. We'll don't worry. We'll be okay, Daddy, as long as they don't find us.
I love you, boys. Now get out of here and say no more. Love you. Love you.
Let it burn. Let it burn, Daddy. Just let it burn inside you. We'll get you out.
Shh, just keep it down. Okay. Just go.
Okay,
now, before you go, avenge me! Avenge me!
Dad, shut up! You idiot!
We gotta go.
All right, they're looking everywhere for you.
Yeah, that is the best part where he starts screaming.
Keep it down. They're looking everywhere for you. Now go and go quietly. Avenge me!
That was
what are you doing, you lunatic?
Yes. Yeah, he's telling us to go away and then yelling to avenge us.
Avenge me!
That's him, all right.
I admire Harry Dean Stanton, but quite frankly, I don't know if he has anything on me.
No, you could have easily played that role.
Thank you, C.
We did a little work on IMDb. Found out that C. Thomas Howell has made 103 movies.
Wow.
Let me just.
Nobody has seen them all.
Oh, I've seen them all. Let me put this into perspective. Marlon Brando, 44. Barely, not even half. Johnny Depp, 44. Ben Kingsley, 79. Harrison Ford, paltry 60.
But Johnny Depp's films take 6 months to film. Mine take 6 days.
Well, that may be a good.
You know what I mean?
That may be a good point. Yeah. We're still.
He should take a lesson
fans.
from you.
We need to.
God bless you, woman.
Take a little break. Yeah, if he would hurry up and act.
Yeah,
they could get it over with.
I could teach him how to be better looking.
Exactly.
C. Thomas Howell is here. Oh, real quick. C. Thomas Howell does a little show on our own 97.1 Sunday nights, 7 to 9. His producer, a girl, my first girlfriend, Esty.
Wow.
Esty Chandler, or as I knew her, Esther Chiladenko. I used to date her, my first girlfriend,
Esther
like the 8th grade.
Chiladenko.
Yeah.
You have her name tattooed on your chest as well, Esther Chiladenko.
And other places, because it's such a big name. It carried on to other parts. Point is first girl I made out with, I almost burnt her house down when I was 15. Her dad's in the Israeli mafia, pretty much. And I will tell you an incredible tale about that.
And we also have to talk about we have to talk about Side Out.
Yeah.
We got to talk about Pony Boy, the Hitcher.
Pony Boy. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back to see Thomas Howell after this.
Hey, it's Big Tad. Come join the Adam Carolla Show live in Vegas tomorrow afternoon, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. in the Ghost Bar at the Palms. Show up early. Tickets are free. First come, first served. Everyone will hear the show on Friday morning. And it's all brought to you by Miller Lite. Here's who's joining us on the show. Puddle of Mud performs live. The Spearmint Rhino Strippers. NASCAR champion Miller Lite driver Kurt Busch. Band Stone, the loudest band in the world. Penn Jillette. Republican Representative Richard Martin from Ohio. Ozzy reviews the Blue Man Group. The Pussycat Doll Showgirls are going to show up, and the winner from our Ass Kiss Rodeo Tournament will walk away with $5,000. The Adam Carolla Show, live from Vegas. It's all brought to you by Miller Lite.
It's a great show. A lot of fun.
Yeah, Ruska's over the moon about it. He's got to contain himself. I don't want him to peak too soon. See Thomas Howell in studio. We forgot about E.T. We got so into Red Dawn. We forgot about E.T.
He's been a Wolverine. He's been a volleyball player. He's been Soul Man.
Black Man.
But his greatest role? Father. The one where he played a priest. I don't mean a dad, to his children. I mean father. So, C. Thomas is in studio. He has himself a show on the Mother Station here, 97.1 Free FM. Sunday nights, 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. His producer, Esty, my first girlfriend in the 8th grade. Well, all I got was tongue action off her. Still good looking today.
She is.
Held up very nicely.
But she's still only offering tongue.
Really?
Still not married.
Wow, I know. I must have ruined her for all men. Not in a good way, but I must have poisoned her somehow. Point is her dad was a scary... You know when you were a kid or a teenager, you were scared of half your friends' dads? There was Mr. Vendig. He would always come home in a bad mood and start yelling at the kid and discipline him in front of you and freak you out. Her dad scared the ass out of me, and rightfully so. The guy is in the mafia. He's in the Israeli mafia.
But you didn't know that then. He just scared you.
He was the scariest Israeli guy I'd ever met in my life. You've met the man, right?
I describe him as an Israeli Danny DeVito.
Yes.
From Taxi. That guy.
With connections.
Yes.
The man frightens the hell out of me. So one day, I'm over at Esty's house one afternoon, one summer. It's during the summer. She's the only one around. We're 15. I got me and my buddy Chris over there. And she announces she's got to go out for an hour or so, but we can play in the pool.
Wow.
And she tells us, just stay outside. Stay by the pool. Don't pick up the phone. Stay out of the house. Go by the pool. Hang out. Have fun, do a cannonball, and I'll be back in an hour. Okay. She splits. We immediately run into the house. Start looking through the fridge, start looking through the underpants drawer, start getting into everything. We're like raccoons in a dumpster. We go into a room and we find a hard pot of wax. And we're sniffing it again, like the raccoons. What is this stuff? Smells weird. Oh, you know what this is? This is wax. This is hair wax. This is beauty wax. Chris and I he looks at my monobrow. I look at his monobrow.
No.
There we go. Hey, we'll heat this wax up. We'll wax our brow. This is going to be a good time. I don't know what it's like. When you're 15 and you're from North Hollywood, everything involving fire sounds like a great plan. So we go, all right, let's heat this wax up. Let's go do that. We'll wax our brows. This will be great. So we turn the thing on. We turn the fire on. The thing's hard as rocks. It's a big pan full of wax. We stare at it for 2 minutes and nothing's happening. So we decide to go hit the pool.
Time for a cannonball.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you decided to do your makeup and hair and nails after that.
No, we're not going for a cuticle push. We're going to play some Marco Polo. This is going to be great. We're out in the pool for half hour and we notice smoke coming from inside the house. We come into the house. The kitchen's on fire, essentially. Drapes going, smoke, black smoke everywhere. Now, this wax caught on fire and is burning, you know, when plastic burns, you can actually see the pieces of soot sort of floating in the air, and then they settle on everything, and then you wipe it down, but then they settle again. The whole kitchen is filled
and
with
that lovely
black
smell
soot.
as well. It must have smelled beautifully.
Now we're scared S-less because Esty, if she comes home, she's going to be PO'd, but if Dad from the Israeli mafia gets here first, he will slit our throats and bury us in the backyard. This is a mean and scary man with a scary accent from a foreign land. So what do? We open the kitchen window. We're airing the place out, flapping the door. I'm trying to clean up. Then the real tragedy comes. We're searching around for stuff to use. What do we get? Easy Off oven cleaner. This'll work. Oven cleaner. Spray it all over the avocado colored hood. You know, the hood vent, the sheet metal hood. Spray it all. Wipe it. Paint comes right off.
Oh,
nice.
Yes,
Adam.
Yes, this caustic stuff is meant for inside the oven, but it will take paint right off your refrigerator. Swoop, paint. All right, now it's irreparable. The damage is done. The kitchen's ruined. I have no money. My parents will hang me out to dry in a second. Give them a beating. We're not paying $1. Now, we open the window, and I'm standing in there in the kitchen trying to blow the smoke out of the window. All of a sudden, a scary Israeli man pulls up in a ranchero. Holy F, it's Esty's dad. Pulls up in the car, and I'm just staring at him. His eyes meet mine. I'm looking at him right out the window. My buddy Chris, the coward that he is, runs. He says, F it, I'm out of here. And
coward, that sounds like a little smarter than you.
Yeah, he wasn't spotted.
Right.
Esty's dad looks at me through the window and yells, "Where is Esty?" She's not here. She's not here. Okay. Puts it in gear and takes off. I'm standing there I've soiled myself, but I'm like, he didn't come in the house.
Thank God.
Thank God he doesn't come into the house. So I go get my buddy Chris out of the closet, dig him out, yell at him.
4 houses down.
We do our best to clean the place up, but there's damage.
But you
beyond
took the
repair.
hit. I would have immediately pointed at Esty and started shrugging and saying, I don't know. I was swimming. I don't know.
She wasn't there. It was my point.
All the better.
It was just
All the
us
better.
alone. Point is we ran home, and a few moments later, the phone rang. Mom, hysterical, screaming, "You're going to pay for the kitchen."
That story didn't even happen. You took that straight out of The Outsiders. C. Thomas Howell and Machio played that scene.
That's what happened when
burnt down
the
a
burn.
church.
The church burnt down.
We burnt down a church.
That's right, Pony Boy.
Now,
so many memories.
here's what we're going to do. See, you've already agreed. You're going to do you and I are going to craft the script, and you're going to star in Red Dawn 2, Benny Layden and the Terrible Towels.
I love
Is what
that.
it'll be. Yes.
How will they get here?
Well, who's to say? They'll come through the caves,
hijacking
whatever.
planes.
Listen, we'll spitball. We'll see what we come up with.
Okay.
Adam, you're invited to be a part of the process. We'd love to have you.
More
along.
than that, he should be the head bad guy.
Oh.
Look at him. Look at him. You're
Play
like
the heavy.
Chemical
Can you do
Ali over there.
I could do it. I'll let the brow grow back, so I have the evil monobrow.
You leave that wax alone.
Maybe we'll get Esty's dad involved in this one. He could be my sidekick.
And
My
Colin
evil
Farrell
sidekick.
with the brow.
Yes.
We'll get him as well.
Put the turban
This
on.
could be big, Dave. This
I like
could be
this.
huge.
No, I love this.
All right, let's not jinx it. People are listening.
Now, what about see, in the 80s, my sister Debbie had pictures of you adorning her bedroom walls.
I'm sorry.
As did millions of young girls. What about you? You got to play alongside the Courtney Thorne Smiths of the world, that you made time with Diane Lane. What about the ladies?
Yeah, that was a challenging time, Dave.
Did romance blossom?
Well, we'll tell you
off
this.
the set?
The Outsiders had an eerie Beatle feeling to it. I mean, these guys, Matt Dillon, Tom Cruise, we were all in the same hotel on the same floor, on the 6th floor, and occasionally you'd crack open the door and you'd get some screaming, ogling little girls oohing and awing, and you'd kind of point to one and invite them in.
They didn't care which
Creepy.
room. All handsome devils.
So creepy.
Not at all. This is pre-AIDS. This was very okay then.
Yeah.
Now it's very creepy.
I think it's creepy because you said little girl.
What would you prefer? Old men?
Yes.
Old broad? Yeah. It was the 60s. It was a different time.
Yes.
So like the early 80s.
Uh-huh. Okay, my point.
Neither here nor there.
And what about Cruz? Did you see greatness
Emperor
on him?
Cruz, of course. Emperor Cruz. It was funny. He was by far, I think he had the smallest role out of, the 8 people that we've just mentioned. And he took it way more seriously than any of us. I mean, he was going for an Oscar.
Right.
He was like, I've got one line after the Rumble, and I'm going to win the trophy.
Yeah, that's why I don't respect him. He works too
When
hard.
you guys go out for the big rumble, when you run out, if I'm not mistaken, he's the one who vaults over the fence. He does a somersault.
It does a
over
backflip, right?
That's
And it's
exactly
like,
right.
You know, he worked
All right,
6
settle
weeks
down
to learn
there,
that
Cruz.
freaking thing.
Yeah.
Can you just walk out the gate?
Are you sure it was just your sister that had the posters up?
I'm not going to apologize.
Okay, right next to the Star Wars stuff. Well, that's it. We're plumb out of time. See, Thomas, next time.
Thank you, guys.
Get here earlier.
I will,
love
man.
to go down memory road
Adam,
again.
thanks for bringing me on. Everybody, listen to your show every day. And, I'm on once a week, and it's hell Monday through Saturday. I don't know how you do it every day. God bless you guys.
Thank you. Sunday nights at 7 o'clock to 9 p.m.
You can also see him in Red Dawn 2 coming up.
Yeah, we're working on it.
What was that title?
Red Dawn 2, Benny Layden and the Terrible Towels.
Love it.
Charley Steiner, I want to thank him, the voice of the Dodgers on the road in the World Baseball Classic. Deaf frat guy. What a wonderful, wonderful personality. And, of course, C. Thomas Howell. Look for him on 24, coming up next Monday, 9 o'clock on Fox. And until next time, this is Adam Carolla saying mahalo.
Thanks, guys.
It's always Carolla time in Vegas.
But that's not all.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Hey, whose name is on the marquee?
Adam Carolla live in Las Vegas. After the show, stock car driver Kurt Busch hosts the Rock and Race concert featuring Puddle of Mud.
That's right. Now, it's party time.
The Adam Carolla Show live in Las Vegas. Brought to you by your local McDonald's restaurants. Hear it here Friday morning, March 10th on the Rock of Portland. 101 KUFO. 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 KUFO.